Mex, I want to introduce a show to you. It's called Chat Room with Mex.
Shake it, boom.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Pay attention whenever you're
don't stop.
The primary sign, usually on an adult in a domestic violence situation, are bruises.
God gave him a talent. And the Bible says your gift will make a way for
When we sit there and we blame God for the things that are happening in our lives, no, God never told me to lay down with that man.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Chat Room with Mex. It's been a wonderful event-filled week. Oh my God, Nigeria never stops to deliver. From one Gbasgbos to the other Gbasgbos. In fact, we don't know which Gbasgbos to talk about. Like, we don't know. Are we to talk about Burna Boy and Lambo Ogini? Or are we talking about the distinguished Senator Natasha, her allegations against the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio? Well, we're going to be touching both topics today, but to do justice with me today is none other but the one and only troublemaker, the one person that we call the troublemaker here in chat room. She has been trending on our TikTok page. By the way, if you're not following us on our social media handles, we are on every social media platform. Like we did TikTok, we did Instagram, we did Facebook. Just type chat room with Mex and you will see us on every platform. Okay? If you're watching, if you're joining us from wherever you're joining us, just let us know where you're watching from and say hi, and we'll be definitely saying hi back to you. So without further ado, because we have a lot to talk about today, ladies and gentlemen, make welcome the one, the only troublemaker, Jacinta. Welcome to the show, Jacinta.
Hello, this is Senator Jacinta.
Okay.
I mean, all the way from Nigeria. How are you all doing? Happy Sunday to you. Good evening, Minister Mex, and good evening, all viewers from the whole world. How are you all doing?
Well, good. Jacinta, did I just hear you introduce yourself as Senator Jacinta?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell us what the 10th Amendment says? Or that 10, actually. Or that 10 in the Red Book. Not to laugh, Abby. Okay. So I'm sure you are a senator in training. Yeah, you're a senator in training.
No, I'm the senator. I'm an upcoming Natasha, but not the one that they hold hand and walk around. No, not that type.
Okay. So Jacinta has just started the story for us. Okay. So let me give you a summary, right? Last week, where we were in chat room, we were talking about Senator Natasha and what we were thinking was happening behind the scene. And I remember specifically asking this one question. And I asked this one human being who decided to travel out of the country and is not here live today, but you will see him soon. I asked him, I said, Sam Soft, do you think there is something personal that must have transpired between Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan? I hope I...
He call you, they do.
Thank you. And Sam Soft said, ladies and gentlemen, live with us in the show is Nidu. He called me Nidu. Ladies and gentlemen, live with us is Sam Soft. Welcome, Sam Soft.
How you all doing, man?
We're good. We have some echo coming from you. Can you check your sound?
Welcome, sir, from
Is he out now?
Yes, you should check. Yeah, you're good.
1, 2.
2, 3.
Is it good?
It is good.
Enter, okay.
Welcome, Sam Soft. Can you just tell us where you are tuning in from? Since you are not here live in the studio today, where are you reporting from, sir?
I'm reporting from Dusseldorf, Germany.
Yeah.
Senator Dusseldorf. Okay, Dusseldorf, Germany.
But they say it's not Dusseldorf. They say Dusseldorf.
Dusseldorf.
I call it Dusseldorf.
Okay. Sam Soft is reporting live from Germany today, and he's doing marvelous things in Germany. While we wait for you to subscribe to this channel and do everything that you are supposed to do for us, we just want our technician to play something for us that to just show what Sam Soft is doing over there in Germany, because it is good to see what we're doing, how well we are growing, before we talk about the buzzwords that is affecting the nation these days. Okay, so Sam Soft, how is the weather over there in Dusseldorf?
Oh man, the first time when I stepped in here, it was really nice. But it's funny, the weather when you come in is nice, then all of a sudden it start dropping in the evening.
Okay.
But it's nice though, in general. Very nice.
Okay. Wow. Sam Soft.
When my daddy was jumping, I was busy here praying that please help my daddy not to fall down. Oh, the energy is too much.
Okay. Well, your daddy never falls. Okay, he never falls. He cannot fall. He cannot fall. He's solid on the ground.
So, do the work now.
So as you look at Sam Soft is enjoying himself. He's enjoying himself in Germany. Please Sam Soft is very open for bookings all around the globe. If you want to book Sam Soft, all around the globe, don't worry. I would not charge you much. I would speak with him, and we will not charge you too much. We are not like everybody that want to.
For now,
You say you're not accepting bookings for now?
Overbooked.
Sam Soft. Okay, we'll talk about
We'll
talk about your calendar soon. Don't worry.
Exactly.
We'll talk about your calendar. So, ladies and gentlemen, now to the story of the day.
NEPA consist light for your place.
No, not be NEPA. My camera is adjusting. It's trying to give me the best view possible. So, to the story of the day, right? Last week, we were talking about what was going on in the Senate House. I can see everybody joining. You're welcome. Please share the link to 1 or 2 people so they can join in, and people can collaborate on the comment section. So let's begin by taking comments first of all before we go straight down into details. Deborah Okpala is in the house. She says, hi everyone, happy Sunday, watching from Abuja, Nigeria. Welcome. Sharon is in the house. She says, hey everyone, chatting from Abuja. Welcome to the show, Sharon. So let's see your comments coming. But before then, let's keep going. Something happened last week where the senator was asked to move to a new seat, and Senator Natasha blew steam and went off and talk, and said, I don't want to say everything that's happening, but order 10, blah, 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 order 10. And she went to Berekete TV. Berekete TV did his thing. They invited Berekete TV over, and blah, blah, blah. It happened that Senator Natasha decided to go for an interview. She went for an interview at Arise to say her story, to say what happened. And instead of just saying what happened, she said what happened and more. When she said what happened and more, it became a total explode. You know what I'm talking about. I don't want to mention the full word on social media, but we're going to play a quick clip for you real quick, just to give you a brief summary of what she said, and then we'll continue from there. But before we do that, Covenant People Ministries in the house says, good evening, everyone watching from Abuja. Welcome to the show.
Abuja people have plenty to do.
I know. You're going to learn the hard ways in the show. Smiling in our pictures. She says, busting in the house. Welcome. We have Ray Pearl in the house. She's smiling, and I don't know, but she's just smiling. So yeah. Welcome everybody. Please share this. Okay. We're not asking you for money gone. We're not asking you for anything. We're just saying share. Okay. Please, let's share. So,
yes, share. There's love in sharing and caring.
Thank you, sir. So let's jump over to the news real quick, and then we will see what happened, because this is too much. I believe you've seen the news, all of you. Should we play the video, or should we just keep it moving. I think for context, it's good to just play the video so everybody will get. Say that again, Snapsoft.
It's important that you play the video so at least they can understand what we are trying to address.
Yes. On MXL is in the house. It says, "Good evening, everyone from Abuja."
Abuja.
Abuja people are taking first on this show today. Oh. Good time says, excited. This is good time. I see what's going on there, but we'll keep quiet. Okay. So let's go, people. Technician, take
hand and said he wanted to show me around his house. My husband was walking behind us. Just three of us. We're walking around from room to room. He showed me the beautiful interior. This was done by this, by that. This designer here, he bought this from. I thought, God, it's beautiful. And then I noticed that he hastened his pace while still holding my hand. And my husband was behind, still on his phone, but he was catching up wherever he could. And then he got to this particular sitting room, and he said, "Do you like my house?" I said, "Of course, sir. Every room, beautiful, nice interior, quality taste." He said, "Now that you're a senator, I'm going to create a time for us to come spend quality moments here. You will enjoy it." At that point, I just pulled away, and I was like, I didn't understand what exactly that meant. But then my husband now, when I turned around, I saw my husband was already near me, and the way my husband looked at me and looked at him, I was beginning to wonder, did he hear part of that inciting statements or not? And then the Senate President, too, I saw that he also had that thought, like, did my husband hear the invitation to treat or not? So then the Senate President now said, "Oh, by the way, let me show you my chapel house at about 11 midnight to the 4 points in the court. And my husband asked me, "Natasha, what did the Senate President whisper to you? What's he telling you?" I thought, should I tell him that he was speaking about bringing me in here at a special time for us to have in the court? And my husband asked me, "Natasha, what did the Senate President whisper to you? What's he telling you?" I thought, should I tell him that he was speaking about bringing me in here at a special time for us to have a good time? Or should I just kill it there, wrap it as if there was nothing? Because tomorrow was a big day. I know how much my husband adores the Senate President. He loves him as a brother. My husband would do anything to support him. So I told my husband, nothing. I can't remember what I created, but I just gave him some words to manage, to mask what was said. After, when we laid in bed, I looked to my right, and my husband wrapped his arms around me, and he said, "My love, you know you can't tell me anything. What did the Senate President tell you?" Again, I was like, "Don't you believe me?" I said, "Nothing. Nothing. Moreover, it's my birthday in a few minutes. Let's just be happy." Then my husband told me he doesn't want to see me travel out of the country alone, and I should not go to the Senate President's house because he has a guest house where many senators do go there, after office to like get approvals and all that. So I told him, okay, no problems. So he kept on doing that. I went to him in his office, and I said, "Senate President, you know how important this Ajakuta Steel Company to me is. You know how important it is to my people and to Nigerians. I've noticed that you have stepped down this motion. As a matter of fact, a number of senators told me, go and see him and plead with him so that he would take it." I was like, "Sir, please, why can't you take this motion? It's very important. It's been listed." Then it was listed the third time I stepped down. He then said, "Natasha, I'm the chief presiding officer of the Senate. You can enjoy a whole lot if you take care of me and make me happy." At that point, I said, "Sir, I'll pretend that I didn't hear this." He said, "Well, the ball is in your court." I left his office, and when I got home, I told my husband, I didn't tell my husband what happened. I just told my husband, "Please, can you speak to the Senate President to allow my motion scale through?" I think I also spoke to the DSP, to the leader, Senator Payme. I spoke to a number of senators that they should please intervene and allow him to do that. I never told them what happened. My husband had to take a trip to London. Then the Senate President traveled to London. My husband met with the Senate President in London and pleaded with him, "Let my wife take this motion on Ajakuta. That is very important to her."
Okay. All right, so I just want to mention that, and I'm glad you gave the caveat at the beginning of your statement, that this is your side of the story, and the Senate President has a right to defend himself or to counter.
Okay. Voila in the sanctuary. This week, we're not talking about the body of Christ. We're talking about the body of the Senate. Okay. Thank you. All the way from seat arrangement to sexual harassment. This is huge. So, gentleman and gentle lady, what are your thoughts on this particular issue? Should the ladies go first before they come and accuse us? Go ahead, Jacinta.
Okay, my number one question I will ask that who is her husband?
Are you asking us?
Yes, I'm asking them.
Please, what are your thoughts on this particular thing? You're asking us who is her husband. What concerns her husband?
Yes, because that is where I will take my whatever, but I think my thoughts towards the whole thing is that, Natasha, we don't need this story. Sisterhood is not proud of you bringing out stories like this. To be honestly, I didn't fancy all of this thing that she came online saying. Not with do that. At first, I was impressed for her to stand up and speak up her mind because it was her right. She held out a lot of things in the house, which I thought she was going on the right direction. But like I said the last time, I said there was something cooking, of which I knew that you asked Minister Sam, but he called you Nedu. And thank God that we get back to it again, because there was something cooking, because there is no way a man harasses a woman in the public like that, if not for only knocking him or she refused. But in this case, I will categorically tell you truly that there was a knock that went on, and at the end of the day, the knock refused to continue knocking. And then there is not going to be anything than to accuse or harass themselves in the public. And
So,
disgrace
Jacinta,
themselves.
real quick, are you saying that allegedly maybe there might have been something sexual happening between both of them, and then that discontinued, and that's why this is happening this
Yes.
way? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. I will say yes 3 times. Yes.
Allegedly.
When the Senate president comes out to air his own, it's going to be dirty. It is going to be dirty. So there is something that happened. No man just get up and start harassing a woman. It's me, you have been eating the cake, and at the end of the day, then she denied it, and then you have no choice than to get upset. Una will be men, una know. When they deny now, you people get upset.
You are who speak, since you're a man, talk for them. We don't know.
I have no idea.
Soft, do you know?
I have no idea.
My brother, I don't know too. Okay. Thank you very much. All the ladies watching right now and everybody watching on the comment section, do you agree with Jacinta, who said that she suspects that there might have been some knockings between these two, allegedly, and that is what is bringing the bitter side of the relationship right now? Or do you think that actually the Senate president just felt like, soliciting for a good time? What are your thoughts on that? Samsoft, let's hear from you, sir.
With what is happening now, it's beginning to, she just make it worse for herself, because she now comes out to make some kind of accusations, because he is going to come up with his own defense. And we are just looking at it now. It's a movie that is about to really blow. But if he doesn't say anything, he's going to die quickly. But if he says something, it's going to escalate. And it will not favor her. Because if it comes out to be like what Jacinta say, that if there's something is going on between the two of them,
yes,
that has already happened, it's not like what she's claiming. What she's claiming now is sexual harassment.
Yeah.
But he might come up and say, she's my girlfriend, allegedly. If he comes out and say that is his girlfriend, so the husband, because when she said, the husband said, what the husband said, you go to London or something like that. Why the husband was trying to go to London? He said he doesn't want her to go to travel with him. He doesn't want her to travel to go to see the senator anymore. Why would he start saying that all of a sudden? Why was he now asking questions? And then what will give this man so much confidence to be asking this woman in the presence of the husband, telling her, you come and spend some time with me? Because there must be something that gives the man that kind of confidence.
Yeah.
And so this is getting very, very, it's going to be like dirty. So I don't know why she came up with this, because it was going smoothly in a good way for her before. Because everybody was looking like she's a woman and, she's standing for her right. And the man is like bullying her. So, but now she's making the story very difficult for her.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, sir. So, let's just backtrack a little bit, right? I believe that she wasn't winning that whole seat thing anymore in the eyes of the public, because people were already, even Berkete was like, oh, she has to apologize to the Senate president, because all they were asking for you to do was go to your appropriate seat and then we will take your question. But no, she refused. Now, there have been so many, I believe I was watching the news and they said, this is not the first time she's accusing someone of something like this. They said it's not the first time. And
Yeah.
now this is now becoming a pattern. Do I think it happened? I wasn't there. Do I think the Senate president did what she said he did? I wasn't there, so I can't answer emphatically yes or no. But what I can say is, going based on her story, right? Walking down the timeline. If we're going to walk down the timeline together, where she said she went, the Senate president was like, let me show you around my house. And then they were walking. He held her hand. They were walking. I don't know if it's me, but please, if you're a man out there watching this right now, how many of you will be very, very comfortable that your wife, your own wife, your very wife, not your side chick, not your girlfriend, your wife, is walking with someone who is the Senate president, and you guys are family friend, but he's holding your wife's hand steady. He did not say, come, let me show you my house, and held your hand and pulled you, and you guys started walking, and then he disengages. No. Holding that hand steady, constantly, and then you people are walking, and he's showing you everywhere, and your husband is busy behind at the back doing bodyguard work. And that man now, where your husband is, so now says, you like my house, you like what you see, and all that. There's something wrong with that story. And not just that alone, but the part where when they were going back to their hotel room, the husband asked, what did the Senate president say to you? And she said, she didn't know if she should tell him or not, but she told him nothing. And then they went to the most intimate place, which is the bedroom. And he even held her joint. He held her, and he said, what did the Senate president say to you? You know you can tell me anything. And again, she said, don't you believe me again? He didn't tell me anything. Twice. It's just like when Jesus told Peter, you deny me. This one, she lied to him twice. Husband said, I don't want you to be in a private place. Don't travel alone. Don't be in a private place. Don't go and meet him in a so and so place. She was soliciting for the Ajakuta thing, and she went to him again privately. And he said, I am the Senate president. If you make me happy, blah, 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 blah. Allegedly, it's in the video. Now, she also said again with her mouth, I did not tell my husband. I did not tell anybody. Now, with her not telling people, especially her husband, what do you guys think? Now, let's take that into the marital space. For those of you that are married, do you think she did something wrong by not telling her husband the advances of the Senate president? Or do you think that what she did was right? That, yes, she was right to not tell her husband, her partner, what the Senate president was doing to her? If yes, she's right in not telling her husband, type Y for yes. If no, she's not right, type no for no. N for no. Okay, let's see that question coming. Let's see that coming. Jacinta, what are your takes? Do you think she was right in not telling her husband?
She was very wrong for not telling her husband. And that was the reason why I started by asking who is really her husband. Because there is no way that you visit the Senate president with your husband and he held on to your hand. He's taking you around to see the whole environment as if you have not seen a big house before, as if you have not seen a beautiful house before. And then you left your husband behind and you were just walking with him. And even when the man felt there was something, he asked and you still declined it, then she was very, very wrong for not airing out her mind, for not telling her husband what it was.
Okay. Thank you very much. Let's take some comments before we continue. Stanley, I see you. Can you turn on your camera and your sound, please? So let's go from here. Excel says, I feel our Senate president and the woman has an agreement in the past, and the woman is refusing to keep to her own part of the deal. That's why they are acting the way. That's why he's acting the way he's acting. Furthermore, says even the girl I'm toasting, I won't allow it. I won't allow it. Who are you to walk? Who are you to tell to hold her hand? I believe that's what he's trying to ask. Good Time says Natasha Akpoti is known for making bold statements. Her previous accusations against Rena Omokri is as an example of this. And by the way, talking about our Rena Omokri case, they decided to settle out of court, but Rena was like, he wasn't even in the country when that happened. When she was saying when she alleged what she alleged, he wasn't even in the country. Let's keep going with some comments. Sharon says, at end time, I am not sure it's still on process, just that Senator Natasha is a very smart woman that knows what she wants and not ready to trade it on cheap ground. So what I think is our distinguished Senate yet to complete. Please complete that statement. Okay. So, Samson, the question we asked was, is it right for a man, was it right for Senator Natasha not to tell her husband whatever the Senate president was doing, or was she wrong?
Oh, she's very right, because that's her husband. If she keeps it away from him.
Are you saying she's right? She's right for not telling him?
No, she's right to tell. She's right.
No, so the question is she right for not telling him, or was she wrong for not telling him?
Oh, she didn't tell the husband.
Yeah, she didn't tell. She said she didn't tell the husband about everything that was going on.
Oh, that's wrong now. That's why she will have a big problem if the man comes up and says something that he would not like to hear. Then she won't be able to defend herself with the husband at home now. So there will be domestic
issues. I think Samsung's network is not networking. Okay, Sharon furthermore says, while we wait for Samsung to come back, Sharon says the Senate president fell for the trap. She used his weaknesses against him. Sisterhood are proud. Nothing bad like make you know yourself as a woman. Okay. Who is this Sharon? I don't know who this Sharon is. Sharon is new to this show, I believe.
Sharon is in Abuja. Sharon is in Abuja.
Okay. So now, for me, I personally think that she should have told her husband, because now there's a problem. There's a big problem. And the big problem now is her husband came out. He wrote something, right? And he came out to say something via writing. And what he said made people even doubt Senator Natasha's claim as a whole. So for me personally, I condemn sexual harassment and sexual violence. I condemn that
big time.
Fully. We here in the show, we condemn that, right? But in a situation like this, right, I believe Senator Natasha should have come prepared with evidence, to say, yes, this is what I'm backing it up with. This is what I'm backing it up with. But for her to just come and spill and not even report it in the Senate House, not tell her husband, not say anything, that is where the problem came from. Before we take a news from a popular newspaper in Nigeria, let's welcome Mr. Stanley in the house. Mr. Stanley, you're welcome to the show.
Hey, see the guy. Oh boy, see level.
What up? Just not harass the sister.
How are you guys doing, man?
We're good. Welcome to the show, Mr. Stanley. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I had to put these glasses on. My eyes are flaring up a little bit today.
Oh shit,
Right?
no problem. That is
Say
why
what you-
it's okay. It's okay to be the host because you don't need to dress like everybody
You
else.
know,
It's fine.
I know say
It's fine.
you go not look you go your eye go they look corner to show to check whether you hide someone for you hide one glasses somewhere.
I'm sorry, I have to be professional. After the show, I'll put on my glasses.
You all
But yeah,
know
you
me,
guys are
man.
looking great though. You guys are looking great. So, Mr.
Thank
Stanley,
you.
we were
Yeah.
talking about Natasha's situation, right? And a lot of comments have been coming in, some for, some against, right? Like example, let's take this comment from Mr. Eugene, who says she was very wrong for not telling her husband. I want to agree with Jacinta that she had been intimately relating with the Senate president all along,
Yeah,
but the relationship went sour. Mm,
that's
mm,
that's
okay. Okay. Thank you very much. So, Mr. Stanley, what's your take on this whole Senator Natasha and Senate President Godswill Akpabio's accusation?
Right. You know, I have good afternoon to everybody, first of all. Sam Soft, Jacinta, Max, and the viewers. Hope
Good to see
everybody's
you, bro.
doing well. Yeah. You know, I kind of, I've listened to the whole thing and listened again and again and again. And here's what I think. Let me start by answering the question you asked. I think she should have told her husband what he said right there on the spot. She didn't even need to get to the hotel to lay on the bed and lay on her right side away from her husband. You know, if you are laying on your right side, right? Let's not go into that. But you wait to get to the bedroom and you still did not tell him. It's not an official business that you can say, okay, this is official matter. Let me keep it away from my husband. But it's personal. It's right there on the spot. You should have mentioned it. Now, having said that, so I think she was wrong with that. Having said that,
Yeah.
the fact that they say they have close, both families are very close, and
Mhm.
from what we are hearing, it seemed like the Senate president knew Natasha's husband before he got married to Natasha. So there's that closeness
Yeah.
between all of them. And the fact that he got suspicious at that moment would tell two things. Either it is that he's hoping to get a favor from Akpabio and he whispered it to his wife, or he's suspicious of what he may have said. The husband's mind, see, again, and this is just me thinking, it's possible the man has been to that house before and Natasha has not been there. So the Senate president is trying to show her around the house, you know, and the husband was behind fiddling with his phone until he caught up with them and was like, oh, yeah, so what was he saying? I mean, is this something I should respond to or not? And she said nothing. So it's either that or he just doesn't care about what is going on. He's Akpabio's boy, let's put it that way. I heard he's a contractor and he gets, what do you call it, contracts from Akpabio, right from NDDC to now Senate president.
Mhm.
And if you listen to Natasha's what do you call it interview on TV, she mentioned that when the phone call at night was going on, when she woke her husband up, and the Senate president noticed that the husband was there, he
switched.
immediately said, "Oh, yes, is your husband there? Yeah, I have a slot for you. Please send me somebody." You know, so it's business for him. Now, somebody mentioned something which gave me, I kind of was thinking a little bit about this, that could he be using the wife as a bait
Ghana
for
favor.
favors
Mm.
from him? So that's why he really didn't care that the man took her hand and was walking with her around the house where they were together, husband and wife. But here's me just thinking, I'm trying to give a benefit of the doubt, and I'll end with this one. it's possible that because both families are so close, they are cordial, they know each other, they are friendly. So the man didn't care that he held the wife's hand. And also, it is possible that that's not the first time that he's holding her hand
Sometimes maybe the way
in the presence of the man. In
Mm.
the presence of the man. So he really didn't care. Or he could be that man that is, because of the favors he's getting from Akpabio, would not want to say a word so he don't mess up his relationship between himself, Akpabio, and the business deals that they may have together. So I think she was wrong. She should have mentioned it. If it offended her at that point, she should
Yeah.
have said something and not even deny it in the hotel when the husband was asking.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Stanley. One thing we do pride ourselves with here in chatroom is the fact that we like difference in opinion. We like people's opinion being different because that's how we learn from each other. For example, we have this comment. Sharon. Sharon seems to be a fellow troublemaker like Jacinta, but this time around, Sharon is on the opposite side. Now, let's see. Sharon says, she was right for not telling her husband. Natasha is a career woman who knows what she wants. It was all a trap, and Mr. Man fell. Oh God, nothing way ambitious woman no go do. She knows the time will come like this, and she will use it, and the masses will be out for her. The furthermore says, in this life, learn to be strategic in all you do. She didn't give in and was ready to tell her husband her smartness is over. Her smartness is over. Is over. Does she say no? Because she said no allow marriage enter her career. She knew she won't do anything. Okay, so sorry, this noise. I'm sorry, Stanley. I'm muting you a little bit. So this is that's a wonderful comment, by the way. Wonderful comment. Another point, right? Natasha also said Senator Natasha also said in the interview that she has not been all the things she has been looking for in the Senate hasn't been, accepted. Her privileges has been she has not been getting what she wants in the Senate House. Is it because she likened it to the situation of a student and a professor, where the professor wants to sleep with you and you don't want to give him, and then he fails you. So she has been feeling that way. But a fellow senator, a female, came out to say something that threw a curveball to Natasha's story. The lady said, they are not in support of what Natasha was saying because Natasha never said anything to anybody, number one. Number two, Natasha has been the most favored amongst women in the Senate House.
Exactly.
Where she came in, immediately she came in, not long, she became chairman of a committee, led another committee, did another thing, she was like the fastest rising in the Senate House. Now, if you look at Senator Natasha's sitting position in the Senate House, Akpabio is here, and Senator Natasha, even though her seat is the back last seat, but she's right on top of the Senate president.
So what are you trying to say, sir?
He's breaking it down. Break it down.
What are you trying to say? Hell out your
He has not finished.
Okay.
Wait for him to
Thank you.
finish.
Thank you for the interruption. Jacinta, what do you think I'm trying to say?
Because I tried the same question that they asked you. Or now you ask. But Nedu, what we are trying to say, or you are trying to say, is that if Natasha's sitting position is facing the senator's sitting position, it means it's eyeball to eyeball. There is something already that has been going on. I am going to counter Sharon's questions, or let's say comments, that she said earlier. That is not smartness. That is not smartness. If Natasha thinks Natasha has a problem with Dino, has a problem with Yeye Bello, is she the only beautiful woman?
Yeah, Reno.
Is she the only fine girl that has got into Senate? Why is it that everybody is trying to
Well, I
sleep with
think,
her?
yeah, she is.
Okay, so let me ask you guys, both of you. So you guys you said she's the fine girl, and you said she's the only fine girl. So
Exactly.
fine girls,
Hold on. No,
hold
Jessica
on
was
now.
asking a question and I owe her an answer.
That's fine. Wait now,
Okay.
let me ask the question. It's a
So-
short question. It's a
Go
short
ahead.
question.
Are you asking Jessica?
The two of you.
Ask two of us. We have three people here. One is wearing
No,
a glass.
I'm asking Mex and Jessita, these two people. Jessita, Mex.
We're over here.
So for her, because she's beautiful, does that make her a troublemaker?
Okay, that's a wonderful question. Thank you very much for that good question, Sam Soft. I do not think Senator Natasha is a troublemaker. I think Senator Natasha is a woman that knows what she wants, goes for what she wants, and never stops until she gets it. She is very smart. She is very cunning. She knows her way through the system. Well, I don't think she's a troublemaker. Jessica, now based on the Sam question Sam Soft asked, why are you saying Senator Natasha is a troublemaker?
Okay, well, I am not saying she's a troublemaker, but in answerable to the question that Minister Sam asked, for me, I think Senator Natasha, that is her style. She has sat down and understand the system that happened in the Senate House, and she uses it. When she knows your weakness, you become her prey, and then she uses it to her own advantage. Because number one, she's beautiful. Number two, she got what it takes for a woman. And number three, she knows her work. So by looking at Natasha, every man would like to fall for her tricks.
Okay, thank you very much, Jacinta.
Thank you very much.
I don't agree. I don't agree. I don't agree.
Sorry, Mr. Stanley. I want to ask Sam Soft a question before Mr. Stanley takes over. Sam Soft, do you think Natasha is not, because there seem to be some disconnect between you and Jacinta. Are you disagreeing?
Between me and Jacinta, between me, Jacinta, and yourself. You have to include yourself. Don't take yourself out of it.
That's why they drag me entire your issue now. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Let me rest. Don't bring me in.
Why you do?
He didn't try to be like class prefect.
That is my job. That is what I do. It's part of what I do. Okay. So Mr. Stanley did not agree with Jacinta on that. Mr. Stanley, can you go ahead, sir?
Yeah, I was saying if she's that smart and with her beauty and all, if that's what she was doing, I don't think she's doing a good job at it, because she's having difficulties in making things happen in the Senate, like she said.
Yeah.
So smartness and beauty is not helping her in that regard, because if it was, she'll be getting her way easily with everything.
She was getting her way.
No, the reason why is you could tie to the
Why
fact
do you think
that,
she's not getting her way anymore?
because she said she's not listening to her bills are not attended to, addressed or spoken about in the Senate. So
that's
that tells you that
point too.
that tells you
question
that
just asking now.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a reason why she's not getting that attention that she used to get.
Thank you.
Something happened in between the way.
Yes.
So the thing is, when she came in newly, you know, those days in university back in Nigeria, there's what we call jam bites. You know, jam bites. Jam bites are those who just wrote jam exam and they've just recently been admitted to year one. All the jam bites in the class or in the school are treated specially because the guys are trying to catch a babe or two, you know, for the newcomers that are coming.
Freshman.
So she was a jam bite then in the Senate, or what's the word to use now?
But before she became a jambite, though, before she became a jambite, a newbie in the Senate House, she already knew the Senate president.
Well, that does not, again, go back to the comment the Senate president made allegedly by her, that he said, now that you are a senator.
You are a senator, yeah.
All right, so they knew each other before.
Yes.
So now that you say again, that goes back to the familiarity.
You guys are
Familiarity.
Do you actually, Stanley, do you actually think that some favors might have been made for her to be for that Senate thing to become a reality? Because that word, now that you are a senator.
Yes.
So the point is this: they know each other before, both families. That's given. It's possible that Akpabio may not have been able to achieve whatever his goals and desires are at the time they knew each other as families. But now that she's a senator, she will be a little bit more separated from her husband, and he will be seeing her more often. You see what I'm saying? So that's where that came in. That now that you're a senator, you and I can be spending more time together. You will be away from your husband. I will be seeing you more. We can take trips together. We can say we are going to Belgium for a conference, but we are somewhere here in New York or in Akwa Ibom. We could say we are going to Russia or wherever it is, China, for a conference.
And we can be
you know, so that's a big statement. Now that you're a senator, you are free from every restraint that has been putting a blockade between you and I.
That barrier is gone.
That barrier is gone.
Now you have the excuse to make some trips.
Yes, exactly. And again, listen to this. Listen to this. All right. He said, now that you're a senator, he can make this happen. Remember, according to Senator Natasha, her husband said, I do not want you to travel alone anymore. So there's something going on. It's either he knows what is happening and he's not saying anything. I really want to know what he has said in this matter.
Or he knew what was happening before they got married. And when
was not, I don't know too much about her background, what she was doing before she became a senator. If it was that she was involved in government or in politics in Nigeria before she became a senator, then maybe. And if she was, to what extent was she relating with Akpabio? Was she in the NDDC when he was there? Or was she involved in government or politics with Akpabio when Akpabio was governor of his state? These are things to piece together. Did their relationship just start now? Or is it prior to she being married to Uduaghan himself?
Senator Natasha Akpoti got married. She got married in 2022.
So this guy?
Yes.
Now, second wife, I've been her last wife.
Prior to this, she had been married at age 19. And her first son, Daniel, shortly thereafter. So she was married twice.
To a Nigerian, the first one.
So, Senator, let me read this. Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan married Chief Emmanuel Uduaghan, the Elema of Warri Kingdom, on March 5th, 2022, in a ceremony held at her native hometown in Ihiame, Kogi State, Nigeria. Prior to this, she had been married at age 19 and had her first son shortly after. So this will be her second husband, I believe, allegedly.
Well, I don't know. How old is she?
Let's find out. So she married very young and say that again.
I said, why is Mr. Stanley asking for the age?
No, I'm just trying to piece. I'm trying to piece together when
she was born. She was born on December 9th, 1979. She is 45 years old, allegedly.
So she is. I'm trying to piece together when she's
using football age, allegedly.
Yeah, I'm trying to piece together when she started relating with Akpabio, her husband, got involved in the Nigerian politics.
Yeah. Well,
that's why I asked. Yeah.
Yes, I do agree with you on some of the things you said. which yes, I do agree with. But a woman came out and said some things that we need to watch. And when she said what we need to watch, let's just watch this real quick. Technician?
Say this about Natasha. She's a pretender. And when she pretends, you will be so convinced you will want to throw stones and kill those she's talking about. Natasha is the type that she will manipulate a situation. She will victimize people, and then come back to say she has been victimized. In this situation, I heard her tell a lie, and I heard it very well. She said that she once said Akpoti toasted her while her husband was at the back, and her husband asked her, what did he say? He said nothing. Are you sure? What did he say? Then he called her again, held her and said, what did he? Let me know. You said nothing. Okay, so you lied to your husband because you did not want the relationship to spoil. So your husband knew nothing about nothing about him toasting you up till that yesterday that you took yourself to Arise TV, right? At the same time, you used your mouth in that video. Anybody wants to go and watch it. It's at the 30th minute. 30th minute. You used your own mouth to say that Senator Kingibe called your husband to tell your husband that that he should tell you that he should withdraw that court case, that they were not in support of you going to court with him over this matter in the house, and that your husband told her that you are telling my wife not to go to court. Were you not the same person that called me to tell me that Akpoti is toasting my wife, that Akpoti is sexually harassing my wife? So, this is to say that your husband knows about this, and you have been saying your husband does not know. This is to say all the while your husband has been going to meet Akpoti, is still the son that he is. He is the one that followed Akpoti to London to go and tell him, please let this, to go and lobby Akpoti to make your what you were presenting, your bill about this what do you call Ajakuta to come through. Your husband went to lobby, and you said he did not know. Yet you are also saying, without knowing it, you're also admitting that he already knew. Who are you deceiving? I am not standing in for Akpoti, and I know that it is possible that he passed a message to you. If your husband knew about it all the while, and then he still went to London, then it means it was not a big deal. If your husband knew about it, if your husband was told already that he's after you, yet he went after him to London, it means that he knew you were already handling it. So the reason you brought this was not because the sexual harassment was anything at all. It's not because the sexual harassment is what is making your bills not to pass through. It's not you are not having any problem because of that. In fact, Senator Eriti said something there, and I know she said you are having things easier than them even. He said she does not see any sexual harassment against anyone in their house, and this is my own experience, in a crowd like that, because I've worked in a crowd like that, and I know that sometimes people will think, oh, politicians, this is all they do, but you are in a crowd. You're not the only one, and so oftentimes when you are in a classroom like thing like that, everybody take their colleagues, and so that your bill is not passed. It did not. It was the 6th time it was passed. It was because of sexual haba. You're beautiful, But in that place where you are, it is obvious not having a good character, not having the mind to obey, or to even study what the process of where you are is, not wanting to learn the codes and conduct of the place, what you are supposed to do, what everybody there should know, not knowing it and not wanting.
Okay, let's pause. Let's pause on that for now. Now you've heard what this lady said, right? Senator Senate president's wife came out to say something. And she said, no, her husband did not do that. A lot of people were bashing her that why would you come out and speak for your husband? You know, you should allow your husband defend himself. You know, but she said, in fact, she's going to sue Senator Natasha for about 200 or something million or billion naira or something, you know, for defamation. Now, the question now is this, right? What do you guys think? Do you guys think that this whole sexual harassment thing should be investigated by the Senate House, and then they should pretty much put Senate President aside until after the investigation? Or do you guys think that she should forget about it or proceed with the legal case?
No, I don't think that they should forget about it. It needs to be investigated. The Senate President needs to step down or step aside while this investigation is going on. And if they find out that he's innocent, they bring him back, and whatever punishment the law designs for such accusations should be meted on Senator Natasha. But if he's found guilty, then he has to face whatever the consequences by the law governing the Senate says. They shouldn't throw it aside or throw it away. Now, to that woman that spoke just now, you know, I think she's getting the whole thing wrong. I'm very surprised that the people that are bashing Senator Natasha the most are women. They are the first ones to come out to say she's wrong, she's this, she's not in her husband's house. I mean, does she not have a husband? You should keep quiet. This is Nigeria. Who is she? She's falsely accusing people. No, look, Nigeria, we miss opportunities a lot. When there is a spark or a flame, an opportunity that presents itself for some form of justice to be given, or for some of opening to an area of our society that is bad, for it to be addressed, brought out and addressed and fixed, we miss them. Example would be the 2023 election. Obi said everybody should calm down and relax. Here we are today. Now, Senator Natasha, now this is what I say. The Nigerian girl child suffers a lot in Nigeria. This was an opportunity, or this is an opportunity to open up a conversation around what the Nigerian girl child goes through. This thing that Senator Natasha is talking about, it happens in homes where you have stepdaughters. It happens in homes where you have house girls or house boys. It happens in colleges, schools, secondary schools. It happens in universities. It happens in the workplaces. It even happens in religious institutions.
So you're listing all these places where these things happen. Are you now saying that she should, yes, use this, but because yes, it happens, so she should use it now as a fuel to ride on it? Because
no, I'm not talking of her riding on nothing.
Yeah, so
I'm talking of the Nigerian. Where are the feminists in Nigeria? Where are those that are the spokespersons?
I'm
for
sorry,
women organizations?
they can't be you can't call on the feminists when there is no evidence yet.
No,
if you
listen.
Proof,
this
if
is
you provide
what,
proof, then yes, I would say yes.
Now, hold on. What proof do you want to provide here? That she should carry a camera and go with her. Okay. Today
I'm sorry, for someone who has made several allegations on different men, at least by now you should get used to the fact that you should have a goddamn recorder on your phone.
No.
Excuse
and again,
me,
remember the law.
Hold on. She stated, hold on, Mr. Stanley. She stated that when the Senate president called her through the other person's phone, she woke her husband up. She woke her husband up to listen to that conversation. The husband has a phone. He should have recorded as well.
Sam,
you can't. He who goes to justice, he who goes for justice must come with clean hands.
Yes. Okay. Let me answer you.
Must prove.
Let me answer you now. Okay. Number one, the law if you go to court today, if you record me without my consent, it will be thrown out in court.
It depends.
As evidence, because it could be stated. What did he name? Akpabio.
Yeah.
Akpabio could go to court, even if Natasha comes there with a recording. Akpabio could go to court and say this is without his consent. And if the judge goes by what the law, if Nigeria has that law there, they could toss that evidence out of court.
See,
he didn't consent with that. But let me say this. Let me say this, sir. I mean, Max. You know that every child that comes out to say, Mommy,
this
your
is
husband.
my,
hold on now, wait. Allow me to learn now.
No, you're manipulating things here right now.
I'm not manipulating me. You are asking for evidence. No, I'm telling you why evidence does not work.
Card.
Hold on. Sir,
I'll tell you why it's a manipulative card.
Max, it's not manipulative.
Stick to the example we're giving. Stick to these individuals and their evidence. That's the same thing
Let me give you an example.
Natasha came out and said, "Oh, I'm like a student that the professor is failing."
No. Listen, that's how she's speaking.
It's all manipulative play.
No, it's not manipulation. Listen, do you remember America's Dad? The guy they call America's Dad. Do you remember who he is?
No.
Bill Cosby. This was the same thing that happened with Bill Cosby. When Bill Cosby was referred to as America's Dad. When Bill Cosby was molesting those women, the one thing that they asked from them is, where is the evidence? And even when they told Bill Cosby that, look, I'm going to say something, what did Bill Cosby tell them? Nobody will believe you. Everybody loves me. Where's your evidence? What are you going to show to them? That was what silenced all those women. Until it caught up with Bill Cosby, that they all began to come out.
That's why it did not silence them. Now, this is my own point, right? This is my own point.
Is another case in America today. Everybody is coming out now to speak. If there are girls in Nigeria that would be bold enough and willing to come out to say, yes, at one time, Akpabio did this to me, we will not be having this conversation. I'm only saying that for the average Nigerian girl child that is oppressed, that this kind of things happen to wherever they find themselves. This is an opportunity to start to have that conversation. And here's what I expect that they bring out from this case that's going on. Push out the legislation out there that will protect the Nigerian girl child. Because for every kid who's a female in Nigeria that aspires to be great in Nigeria today tomorrow will be subject to this practice if nothing is done about it. That's what I'm looking for from this case. I don't care whether Akpabio is right, wrong, Natasha is manipulating or not. I'm looking for that legislation that will come out from somebody like Ireti Kigibe and the other two women that are there to say, let's go back, talk about this thing, put up a legislation, let's put it out there. Any form of harassment to any woman, any girl child, anywhere in Nigeria should be regarded as lawless, illegal, and punishable by the law. That's all I'm looking for.
Question for you, sir. Sorry, Jacinta, hold on. Question for you, Mr. Stanley.
Yes.
Are men also harassed?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course, they are.
Okay. Because I can give you multiple instances.
They are even
multiple stories of boy. Yes, I can give you multiple stories, right? This is my own thing. What is good for the goose is good for the gander. You have to make sure that you're balancing all sides. That is the problem we're having with our society today, especially in America, where everything you look at is going one-sided. And then before you know it, the people you're trying so hard to protect, guess what? Becomes the predator. And then now it's now wrong. So we have to balance. If we're creating laws and creating all these things, it needs to be even across the board. Know this, know that.
I agree with you.
That gender. Not this will create this one for.
I agree, Max. I not disagree with you. In America, the level of sexual harassment that the females go through in the US cannot be compared to Nigeria.
Definitely.
Nigeria is almost a norm. It's like the norm. You want this? Meet me in the hotel.
Meet me in this place, yeah.
It's crazy.
That is very annoying.
I agree with you there, right?
That even married women will leave their husband because they want something.
My brother, even fine young men, they go meet their bosses, women, for hotel, where they go tell them, say, if you want this job, come and sleep with me, and then they will go to the hotel.
We need to find a way.
It happens, but it goes both ways.
I agree. I know
it goes both ways. It's not just one side.
But the women suffer it most than the men.
Do you know
why?
That's
why you have in Nigeria.
Do you know why?
In Nigeria today.
Do you know why it looks that way? Let me tell you why it looks that way. It looks that way because we have more women than men.
Can I ask a question?
We have more. I'm telling you. Hold on. We have. Let me land. We have more women than men. Excuse me. We have more women than men. Number one. Number two. Other than that, right? You have more men in higher positions in countries.
That's what I'm talking about. So the fact that we have more women than men, is that why the women should be molested?
No, nobody should be molested at all.
But you think about it now, 109 senators.
And just 4 women. Yeah.
Come on, look at the imbalance.
So now what should be done now? That's why I'm talking about evenness across the board.
That's why I'm saying,
because by the time they create a legislation, that says, oh, do this for women, at some point you're now going to have more women than men. So it's better that you just do things even across the board.
No, let it be based on competence. Now, competency will be defined. Look at what women have today. Because of this level of impunity that's going on in our society, somebody who has no qualification of no reason at all can mount a very high position and don't know what to do just because he or she was able to put their cookie or what do you call it, joystick out there, and they got the position. That's why our society is failing today. Many of these people don't have a clue on governance. They don't have a clue of how to run businesses. They don't have a clue on how to manage anything. We are good at starting things, but we are not good at managing it, which is the critical point. If you start it, you must get those that are technocrats who have the ideas to manage it and sustain it. But in Nigeria, it is our biggest problem.
We have management problem. Go ahead, Sam. So sorry, Jessica, after you ask your question.
Like you were saying, how many of you know that song? It's a man's world. So we are living in a man's world. That's why even in the United States, they have to put the law in a way whereby it is your qualification that will give you the positions.
Right.
And in Africa, the reason why it's not working that way is because the people are not, they don't have the habit or the audacity to know how to speak out and fight. So the reason why I was on the side of Natasha at first was because she had the boldness to speak out and not being talked down because she's the minority. But then the story switched because she now used that as an opportunity to take advantage and make people look at her. Oh, I am the victim. And with the story now, it's not because she's a victim. It's because she went through a process and now she's fighting back because she was not supposed to go through that process. She already went through that process, allegedly, and then she finds herself in a situation whereby now I want to fight because I shouldn't have been doing all what I was doing in the past, but now I want to correct it, but it's already too late. So the other person is frowning that, oh, no, you can't go now, So it's just like slavery, So, but he wants to get out. And then the system is why it's a failed system. Even in schools, for you to pass your exam, you have to go through your lecturer.
Exactly.
So that system is very, very needs to be corrected. and addressed. It's a very, it has eaten deep into the system. That is, sometimes when you talk about it, it seems impossible to fix. But I know one day it's going to be fixed if people keep talking about it and address it.
Sorry, can Jacinta ask her question, please? I don't want her to forget it. Please, before they will come say
the marginalized woman.
Exactly, because she's the only one here too.
I beg.
So that I am the only woman. So that I am the only woman here. That's
exactly. Yeah, there you go.
Samsov, can you please find me that page on suspension?
No, my question is this, Mr. Stanley. You so much press on this whole issue of if Akpabio decided to come out and allow his own opinion on what really happened between the two, will you still call it a sexual harassment? Because it's going back, when the going was good, she never saw it as someone held in her hand was a bad thing. When the going was good, she never said anything. Now, this is one thing about we women. I am not trying to
Let me answer you then. Can I answer you?
Please, hold on. Let her finish. Go ahead, Jacinta. We don't want to stifle your voice. Justice for women.
I'm not trying to fight against what she's saying or what she's doing. But this is my point. We women, we have so many characters to get to where we want to get to. And that's another thing that a lot of men have not been able or privileged to know about a woman. We are special beings. And when God says we are special beings, we are. If we want to get to any level, whether by crook or by heart, in any way you want it, we will get there.
I know.
So
even
now,
from the beginning.
Even from the beginning.
Even though you were not even in the original plan.
We were in the original plan. It's just like Adam didn't get
no,
what
you were
wanted.
not in the original plan. You were not in the
original plan. It was only Adam that was there.
Only Adam that was there.
But later on, we still came out of you while you were out. That was why God made it.
Okay. Stanley, you wanted to... Okay, go ahead, Jacinta. Please hurry up and finish now.
Natasha is a woman. She's a pretty woman. She understands the system of what happened in the Senate. And there was already a relationship, allegedly, before she got into the house.
Thank God.
And now, because she made all of this to get to this position, and getting in there, it is not going to be the same. Because human beings, mostly we ladies, have the mind and the habit of betraying the moment we get to the position that we want to. If we have those that doesn't have the fear of God.
People betrayed Adam. Well, we are not surprised. We are not surprised.
Those that doesn't have the fear of God. So Natasha is playing according to the role and the way she wanted. And Akpabio never saw this coming. He felt they steal this girl, I can still hold her hand and swing around the environment. But getting there, she has understand the secret. And that's the reason why you see others that have been in there have never moved to any position. They rather say when she came in, she became cheerleader of this because she understands the system.
No.
She does not.
I'm not seeing it at the point of sexual harassment. I am seeing it that the whole game is over. Everybody is standing on your own. She has gotten to where she is, and she wants to play her game without anybody standing on her. That's why if you hear from her video, she said the trips that they didn't pay, she paid herself to go. She paid herself so that she would be in wherever she wanted to go. At first, she came out. The whole Nigerians, I fought for her. But later on, coming back with this story, she felt my hand because the story was not necessary. For me, it was nothing.
Okay. So before Mr. Stanley rebuttals on what you just said, I want to ask you a question because you and Samsov seem to be on one particular page. You and Samsov said one thing that is similar, that is simile and familiar. You and Samsov said you were rooting for her until she did something wrong. does it mean that what she did, this new breakthrough, this new expose, does it mean that it really had a lot of impact on your thought towards her? Samsung, you can go first. That's fine.
Jessica, you want to go first?
Daddy, go first.
Okay. I have to take permission from the ladies so they don't think that I'm a feminist.
Eh? It's good to be. Ladies will like it if you're a feminist.
I mean, so that they don't think that I'm against the women.
Misogynist.
So the reason everything changed is because if you've already made a mistake from the beginning, from the start, if you make a mistake and you want to correct your mistake, you don't make another mistake.
Yeah.
You know, so if you keep making mistakes, it becomes a problem. So if you have maybe she realized that, oh, you know what, I shouldn't be doing this with this guy, so let me just stop. And then the man started reacting certain ways because men, some of them are oji kokoro. They like to ask for more and more and more and more. And then maybe she's like, hey, it's time to stop. And then he's like, no. And then now, because they are no longer in the same
after I've made you a senator,
so she probably is getting upset, and then is beginning to show in their show in the public by the way they respond to each other. So they are supposed to be mature enough, and she mostly supposed to actually protect because she has a husband to answer to. If you have already made a mistake and you don't want the thing to blow into the air, especially if she has done something like that, she's the one that's supposed to protect it more and not even create any drama. She's supposed to be avoiding the drama. But if you look at this, the reason why we are talking today is because I think she started the drama, you know, because if she was not aggressive, and that video that we saw and we tried to talk about, everybody saw, nobody will say anything. But she has been, like people say, oh, he must have been bullying her much. She would have just swallowed it. You're already in there, you know, and you know what's going on, you know what's up. So you don't need to let us know what's up.
Okay, thank you very much. So just to add, right, Ojo, to say this in another lane, right? I'll say this: if you are sexually harassed or abused, it's good to speak up, right? It's good to speak up. Please speak up. And yes, so Jacinta, go ahead.
Wait. That is if you are sexually harassed, right?
Yes.
You're supposed to speak up.
Yes, sir.
Not speak up after you have eaten it.
Exactly. That is not harassment, sir.
I was trying to
exactly because if you eat it,
to avoid this. Stanley, you saw the reason why I made that comment, right? Because I know when Samson was talking, you wanted to say something. But Stanley, please go ahead, Stanley.
I wanted to respond to Jessica. Jessica asked
because Minister Mel jumped me.
Oh, sorry.
I wanted to answer your question, Jacinta, before I forget. Right? I'm coming. So you asked me if what was the question again? If would it be sexual harassment, something like that? Would I consider it as sexual harassment? My response is this: in a marriage, can a husband or a wife, can they sexually harass each other?
A lot of women have come out like that.
So that answers your question.
That question is actually supposed to be a topic, Stanley. It's supposed to be.
I know. No, I just used it to respond to Jessica.
I know.
She asked me if Babio come without saying sexual harassment.
When a married woman comes out to tell the world that her husband is harassing her, does that really make sense? Something that the man has been taking, and then all of a sudden, or that your husband is harassing you, does it really make sense? There is something.
Okay, let's not dwell on that question. That's a whole topic on its own.
That's a different topic.
That's a different topic, because for woman to come out and say, my husband is sexually harassing me. Why? Because he wants to knock me all the time. Okay.
Exactly. But the fact that you're married to her, although it's a topical, but I just wanted to drop this in. The fact that you're married to her.
He's never satisfied.
He want more. Sorry, go ahead.
But she has to give you consent. If she says no at that point, you still need to back
and
up.
then you have to say no sometimes too to her.
Yeah, it's okay.
Wait. Since we're on this topic, I've been trying to jump away from this topic. So, Stanley, what you're trying to say now is, haven't you? Let's keep going.
No personalizing. But I understand what you're saying. No personalizing. But listen, the point is this. It's called respect in marriage. All right. Yes. There are times where your wife or your husband would say, "Not now." You should understand.
Why would the husband?
They may have reason if they are not mentally in the position to get involved in that.
The woman makes him mentally respond. Why would you not be mentally?
No. You see, that's where.
But if you have to go with the scripture, you have to go with the Bible. The Bible also says you don't deny your husband.
And the Bible says don't deny your husband. It doesn't mean that if you are not.
Let me tell you why the Bible says. Let me tell you why the Bible says don't deny your husband. Because when the man is hot at that particular time,
go and take a shower.
And you say no, jiggy. His body will be doing jiggy. You'll be looking for somewhere.
We're going on a quick break right now. We'll come back and then we'll. Thank you.
What's popping, beautiful and handsome people? You already know it's your girl, Pretty Yanni, and I'm the host for Hot Set with Pretty Yanni. You're now tuned in and listening to Chat Room with Mex. Enjoy.
Someone was taking it somewhere else. We just had to go. We just had to go on official commercial break because this was getting somewhere we cannot come back from. Yeah? Let's rejoin the team. Okay, so Stanley said something that someone actually commented on, and I agree with that comment. I do not think Akpabio should step aside without any proper proof or without any this thing. Where after an investigation has been done and yes, there is substance to it, then he can step aside. Because if everybody comes up with allegations, he will be stepping aside and he's not going to achieve, and nothing will be done in that Senate House. Because even man self go come meet and tell and say, yes, you sexually harassed me too. And he will step aside. So let's take this comment real quick. Rapal says, only 4 women in the whole Senate, and they are fighting about seats with all these issues we're dealing with in that country. She furthermore says she needs to provide proof. Senate President shouldn't step down until he's found guilty. He can't step down every time anyone makes an accusation.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you,
I agree.
Good Time says, I agree with you, Mr. Stanley. Good Time furthermore says, God bless you, sir. And then Ripple says, until they abolish child marriage, then, sorry, there can't be any serious law against sexual assault. The people who make the laws are the ones marrying children. The women in the Senate will have to fight. She furthermore says, I was supporting her until I knew about the rule of the Senate. You can only speak from your assigned seat. She was wrong for the outburst. Being a woman, minority doesn't exempt you from following the rules. So, Mr. Stanley, if the woman says not now and the man proceeds to force her, what do you call that?
Thank you, ma'am.
Well, before Stanley answer.
That's rape. I answered it.
Before Stanley answer it, Mr. Mex.
Don't bring me inside this one.
You need to go back up. There are some comments you missed from Sharon.
Oh, really? Okay, let's see.
She says she was right for telling the husband. Okay, you passed that one, then she moved further.
I read those already.
Is the life when she was saying
So Sharon said, make we rest. Furthermore says, for your response. Shana furthermore says, Natasha is the real queen of Aso Rock, believe it or not. Well, the first lady is the queen of Aso Rock, man, not Natasha.
You know that comment has some kind of hidden, you know what she means by the queen of Aso Rock, meaning that everybody like to, you know.
She didn't say that too, so I can't take that too. Man, I don't make anybody come carry me. It's soft, easy. Furthermore said, Natasha is the queen of Aso Rock now. Okay. Natasha, okay, now wow, she was just repeating the comment.
Exactly. Okay. She's trying to make you understand.
Yeah, okay. So, Stanley, you were going to answer this question?
Yeah, if your husband or your wife does not consent to intimacy at any time, and you force yourself on them, simply put, you are raping them.
Okay, let me give you an example, sir.
It doesn't matter if you are married or
yeah,
not.
I've been trying not to talk about this, but let me give you an example. The wife, you want to do, she doesn't want to do. You touch her small, no, now. You touch her again, no, now. And then you now hold the waist. Let me not be too graphic. And then before you know it, everything's segmented, and then they do happen. What would you call that?
No, she said no now doesn't mean that she didn't want to. If she obliged, but if it is something that is physical, forced against her will, that's where the idea of rape or harassment or abuse,
right? Thank you.
Sexual abuse come in.
Thank you, Mr. Stanley. We have another comment from her. She says, haha, Samson, so haha, this interpretation get hunchback. Okay. So let's listen to a lawyer. Let's listen to a lawyer who said what he said. By the way, I love Arise News, right? I love Arise News, but in this particular situation, Arise team have been showing a little bit of one-sidedness. I don't know if any of you notice. Whenever anybody comes and is talking against what the person they interviewed said, the way they react to it, they cut the person off in a certain way that doesn't really. Meanwhile, when Senator Natasha was talking, you could hear them whispering in the background saying, let her continue, leave her to continue. You know, you could hear that at the background. But when other people come and they want to defend something else, it's a whole little show. But I love it. I love the Arise team. Ojinika Ojekwe, I love you. In case you get to see this, you know, we can work together sometime. But let's listen to this real quick.
Can the Senate look into the issue of sexual harassment? And I will tell you categorically is a no.
It's a no?
Yes. And you ask me why.
Why? Right. We're chorusing the why.
Yes. Legally speaking, since the matter was not raised as a matter of privilege on the floor of the Senate, by the rules of the Senate, it's a matter that was raised in the public space, in the media. And there are ways you present such matters before the Senate for the Ethics and Privileges Committee to be empowered to look into it and investigate. And I also want to draw an analogy between what happened in the case of Saraki.
Okay, let's stop there. So, what do you guys think?
Well, she's not, Natasha did not bring it for the Senate. She didn't file the lawsuit for the Senate to look at it. She went to the court of law. If the Senate wants to look into sexual harassment, then the Ethics Committee will have to call for Natasha to formally present her case so that they can investigate it. But right now, she's going outside of what the Senate is and going to the court of law to say, this man sexually harassed me. That's why she will not bring the proof to show sexual harassment. But if she's saying my bills were denied audience on the floor in the Senate due to sexual harassment, That's a separate matter that the Senate will now have to listen to, and she has to formally file that or present that within the Senate Ethics Committee for them to look at it. So yes, the guy is right. If they are talking about the lawsuit that Natasha filed now, no, they will not look at it. But if she brings it before the Senate,
lawsuit, I don't think she has filed a lawsuit yet.
She filed a lawsuit, a 100 billion naira lawsuit, and the wife of Akpabio counter-filed for 250 billion.
Okay, so let's wrap up on this whole Natasha thing, because we have one more topic to brush through before we leave. So with this whole Natasha situation now, what would you advise Senator Natasha and Senate President Godswill Akpabio and their spouses? Oh, before we even go into advice, Natasha's husband released something to the press.
Yeah, I want to hear that. That's serious.
And
that's
what he released to the press, to me, I found it a little bit contradictory, because your wife came out to say A and you are coming out to say B, C, D. Let's see. Where is this thing? Oh my God. Where are you? So, and that is really, really it's making the whole story contradictory, and a lot of people are not smiling based on that. So the husband came out to say that this day actually was the one that posted this. Give me a second. I would just okay. So this day came out to post. It was part of their news, and they said something about it. They said the husband came out to say he was aware of whatever happened, that his wife told him about it, and on several occasions he met with the Senate president and spoke to him about this particular issue. So now, do you think that the husband at this point should be saying anything, or even Senate president's wife should be saying anything with regards to this particular subject matter? What do you guys think?
What is the full the report or his response on this day? Can you read it out word for word for me?
Yeah, I'm trying to look for it. It's not popping out. Okay, so I'll just read it out.
I think, of course, that we should start from the lead story.
Can you guys hear it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know why I wasn't playing. Yeah, this is why. Hold on. Yeah, so this is it. Let's go.
Of course, that we should start from the lead story, not from top to bottom, like we always do. And it says, my wife confided in me about our interactions with Akpabio. Natasha's husband reveals. That, of course, is in a number of other papers. I think Tribune also led with it. So that's staying with the story of the week, shall we say? If not the story of the month.
There says harassment.
Oh yes, I will read. Absolutely, I will read the what are they called? The riders. Says harassment persisted despite his intervention. Urges Senate Akpabio to treat his wife with respect and dignity. Saraki calls for transparent investigation. Let your husband defend himself. Natasha advises Senate President's wife. Akpabio's wife slams 250 billion naira suit against Kogi Senator.
Okay. So yes, that's it.
So if the husband is saying sexual harassment, that's what he said, right? Sexual harassment continued in spite of his intervention.
Yeah.
I don't see how that contradicts what Senator Natasha is saying then.
Hold on. Let me. Maybe you forgot.
Except I'm not hearing it well. If he's saying his wife.
Okay, you know what? Can I let me come in? I think The man
and said he wanted to show me around his house. My husband was walking behind us, just three of us. We're walking around from room to room. He showed me the beautiful interior. This was done by this, by that. This designer here, he bought this from. I thought, God, it's beautiful. And then I noticed that he hastened his pace while still holding my hand. And my husband was behind, still on his phone, but he was catching up whenever he could. And then he got to this particular sitting room, and he said, do you like my house? I said, of course, sir. Every room, beautiful, nice interior, quality taste. He said, now that you're a senator, I'm going to create a time for us to come spend quality moments here. You will enjoy it. At that point, I just pulled away, and I was like, I didn't understand what exactly that meant. But then my husband now, when I turned around, my husband was already near me, and the way my husband looked at me and looked at him, I was beginning to wonder, did he hear part of that inciting statements or not? And then the Senate President, too, I saw that he also had that thought, like, did my husband hear the invitation to treat or not? So then the Senate President now said, oh, by the way, let me show you my chapel house at about 11 midnight to the 4 points in Ikotebene. And my husband asked me, Natasha, what did the Senate President whisper to you? What's he telling you? I thought, should I tell him that he was speaking about bringing me in here at a special time for us to have in Ikotebene? And my husband asked me, Natasha, what did the Senate President whisper to you? What's he telling you? I thought, should I tell him that he was speaking about bringing me in here at a special time for us to have a good time? Or should I just kill it there, wrap it as if there was nothing? Because tomorrow was a big day. I know how much my husband adores the Senate President. He loves him as a brother. My husband would do anything to support him. So I told my husband, nothing. I can't remember what I created, but I just gave him some words to manage, to mask what was said. After, when we laid in bed, I looked to my right, and my husband wrapped his arms around me, and he said, my love, you know you can't tell me anything. What did the Senate President tell you? Again, I was like, don't you believe me? I said, nothing. Nothing. Moreover, it's my birthday in a few minutes. Let's just be happy. Then my husband told me he doesn't want to see me travel out of the country alone, and I should not go to the Senate President's house because he has a guest house where many senators do go there, after office to get approvals and all that. So I told him, okay, no problems. But he kept on doing that. I went to him in his office, and I said, Senate President, you know how important this Ajaokuta Steel Company to me is. You know how important it is to my people and to Nigerians. I've noticed that you have stepped down this motion. As a matter of fact, a number of senators told me, go and see him and plead with him so that he would take it. I was like, sir, please, why can't you take this motion? It's very important. It's been listed. Then it was listed the third time and stepped down. He then said, Natasha, I'm the chief presiding officer of the Senate. You can enjoy a whole lot if you take care of me and make me happy. At that point, I said, sir, I'll pretend that I didn't hear this. He said, well, the ball is in your court. I left his office, and when I got home, I told my husband, I didn't tell my husband what happened. I just told my husband, please, can you speak to the Senate President to allow my motion scale through? I think I also spoke to the DSP, to the leader, Senator Premier, a number of senators that they should please intervene and allow him to do that. I never told them what happened.
Okay. So you heard that, right?
Mm-hmm.
She never told them what happened, what has happened between she and the Senate President.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the husband, I had, thank you very much, one of our wonderful investigators in the house.
Mm-hmm.
She just forwarded us the full statement of the husband.
Okay.
And we're gonna read the whole statement out just so everybody gets to know exactly what.
I have a question.
Go ahead, Samson, sir.
Why will a woman keep something that serious from the husband for a while, especially if it's something that it's an harassment? You say, "Oh, I don't want to tell him. I don't want to tell him." It's something that you know that is going to keep coming. The first person a woman speak to when a man is making a pass is the husband. If she's single, we can say, okay, because maybe she's single and she's like shy away from it, she feel embarrassed, she will tell her friends. But the person that usually don't know why she kept it that long.
But have you? Let's also think it this way, okay? That is it possible that this thing has been going on for a while? But don't forget that she didn't become a senator in February. That this thing may have been continuing for some time, and she has informed her husband before, and he's still persistent up until this February incident, December incident. That when it happened in December in that house, and the husband came by and said, "What did he say?" That she didn't just want to bother to repeat again that it's the same issue in the past that was going on that he spoke about today. Could that be the case? Because I don't think that she never told the husband from the onset. She may have.
She said, my husband respect him. If she had told him about that, there would be no respect.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay,
right.
You're a man. If somebody,
it doesn't mean that she may not have mentioned it.
No,
in
she said the husband respects him a lot. That's why.
Yeah, he respects him.
That's why she didn't tell him.
No,
exactly.
Listen. It's like this. Okay, so let's say, what's a good example? Let's say a child comes to the father and say, or the mother and say, My teacher, I don't like the way my teacher is treating me in class. 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. And then the parent responds every time.
You were not there. You were not there to see if the
wait now. I understand. But no
what
parent.
we're going by is her words.
No,
exactly what she said.
It's just her words that we are using to.
Yeah.
It's right. It's her words. But I'm trying to say that, is it possible that this is an ongoing thing, of which it is, like the husband said in that brief statement, it is persistent. And he went to him and said,
yeah, the husband said it is persistent after she finally speaks out.
No, February here. This is February.
That's what I'm saying. Before he got all this information,
it was 2020
going on. She didn't say anything to him.
I believe she did. Well, she didn't say that categorically, but if I'm going by the statement the husband made, that this is a persistent issue. He had spoken with the Senate president to say, please be kind to my wife. That means the issue is privy to him in the beginning. And then now he's saying that because it is persistent, again, he's aware of it in the past, but it's still persistent. It is not now today that
that's why I'm saying the contradiction came in, because
the husband never knew. The husband knew from the get-go.
Well, what the woman said was the husband never knew, and the husband is coming out to say, I knew. So that's a contradiction.
The husband may not know a Kotikbenes incident.
The
husband may not know. The husband may not know the Senate office incident. But maybe there are other incidents.
Maybe we shouldn't be dwelling on maybe though. We should be dwelling on actual fact.
No, she gave us only 2 incidents. She gave us just 2.
But in those 2 incidents, she said the husband never knew. She did not tell anybody about it.
She didn't tell anybody about those 2.
As far as we're concerned, those are the 2 incidents that she's highlighting.
It's a developing story, right?
If she has more, she should bring them out, and then we will now.
That's what we're saying. So we are waiting for
the husband about when he hold down the waist.
That is the evidence. That would be part of the evidence that she needs to bring.
Let's read this real quick together. I don't know if you guys can see it, but that's the statement from the husband. And can you guys see it?
No, you can read it.
Read it. Just go ahead and read it.
Okay. I had initially, statement by High Chief Emmanuel Uduaghan. I had initially resolved to refrain from commenting on the ongoing dispute between my beloved wife, Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, and the Senate President, Senator Akpabio. However, recent developments have compelled me to issue this statement. It is clear that certain statements are being stirred up unnecessarily, distracting from the serious underlying allegations, which should concern every discerning individual with sound family values. Without prejudice to the ongoing legal proceedings, I wish to emphasize that my wife was duly elected by her people due to immense love, respect, and confidence they have in her, and she committed to delivering quality presentation to her district and to the nations at large. She is a devoted wife, and the bond we share is deep and unwavering. She has always remained thoughtful and is thoughtful even in the face of adversity. My wife has confided in me about her interactions with the Senate President, whom I considered a family friend. In response, I approached the matter with the utmost maturity and responsibility, as it is my duty as a traditional leader who has immense respect for constituted authority and upholds core family values, foster peace and harmony. I personally met with the Senate President and respectfully urged him to extend a courtesy, to extend the courtesy and respect my wife deserves, while also honoring the friendship between us. We reached an understanding and agreed to resolve the issues amicably. However, despite the disagreement, my wife continues to express concerns about the harassment she has endured from the Senate president. I have unwavering faith in my wife's loyalty, and I'm fully committed to our marriage, which is grounded in love, compassion, and mutual respect. I would never trade her for anything. Ever.
See love. See love.
Let me add that one. As she is the greatest joy of my life. You are the joy of my life. Let me add this music. I now respectfully urge the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the Senate President to treat my beloved wife with the respect and dignity she truly deserves, while the relevant authorities and court determine the underlying issues. Signed by High Chief Emmanuel Uduaghan.
Yahweh.
Ewe. Ewe. Okay. That is the statement.
So does that what can you not deduce from that the man has been informed duly by his wife, Senator Natasha, in the past that this thing is still has been going on?
Are you asking for
that December?
Are you asking for my opinion? Are you asking for my opinion? Okay.
Yes.
I'll tell you this. All due respect, High Chief. I respect you a lot. This is what I think. In the state of adversity, in the state of fire, state of rancor and disagreement, you will want to do everything you can to protect your loved ones. You would want to do anything you can to protect your significant other. Senate President, his wife. Senator Natasha, her husband. Everybody is protecting each other. Cover yourself. That's it. That's my own. If you ask me, do I think she told him everything based on what she said in a Rise TV? No, she did not. I'm going based on fact, what she said.
If I go by his press statement now, I think that she has informed him before.
If you go by what he's saying, what about what she's saying?
By what she's saying, she did not tell him the incident at Ikotikbene on December, that December birthday thing. She did not tell him what the conversation was.
And the other incident. And the other incident.
And the one in the office. She said the one in the office.
And another one too. Let me tell you that one. Oh.
Which one?
When she said, oh, the incident about the nightclub. You people don't know the real thing that happened. People don't know the real thing. The real thing that happened was we were talking and he was telling me, there are so many ways we can meet and, enjoy ourselves. I can create a party. I can do this. And then, so that is another one. She did not tell
She may have told her husband about that one. That one happened before. And that's why the man came to apologize. Remember?
No. The man came to apologize for saying we're not in a nightclub, for talking to her rudely, not for actually saying, look, listen to this, Stanley. Why am I not on the big screen? Technician, listen to this, Stanley. They were sitting down, two of them, talking about how to organize party in a nightclub for just two. What brought that conversation up? What led to that? What has happened? What is happening? I'm just asking questions. I'm not alleging anything. I'm not saying anything happened. But based on her statement, what could have led to them talking about nightclub, two of them?
We don't know who instigated the conversation, who started it, nightclub. But I can tell you that conversation must have been started or initiated by Akpabio.
Oh, God.
Yes, I can tell you.
Why?
No
Were you
saying...
Were you
No,
there?
I wasn't there. I'm a
Yeah, how
man.
can
You
you
be
tell
man.
me?
You be man. Me, I be man. If you get hot for a woman when you like and your body they do jig 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 like Sam talk, you start to make moves and advances.
If body they do jiggy jiggy jiggy, woman sit down like this, they look you. We get woman for house. All the women in the house. Go ahead.
Let's be factual. As a man, you know this. When you meet a lady, the many girlfriends you had in the past, the first one you saw.
I didn't have many.
Okay. Let's say one. The one you had, or let's look at the one you were infatuated with. All right. The first time you meet to talk to her, by the time you start gaining that confidence that okay, you are now there's this receptiveness from her, you now start to introduce ideas, right? That's where he is. Remember, he's a man seated in power.
You are just, Mr. Stanley, sir. This is what I'm seeing, right? This is what I'm seeing, and this is what I'm seeing with this whole case. People tend to pick who they want to support and sit down there and generate assumptions about the other party.
No, it's not assumption. I'm speaking as
you
a
were
man.
not.
I'm speaking as a man, Sam. Max.
What?
I don't know why they call it Sam.
I don't know, but which kind of man? Because is it something I would do? I don't know.
Max, men who, when they see anything when we're scared, they pass, they run after him. You remember Alinko those days? You read that magazine? When Alinko see anything when past scared, they pass. His mouth go water, his tongue go day in head, outside his mouth. And stars, love, heart shapes go to fly around the head. You know, when they see men who have that problem, when they meet any woman and they decide to zero in on that woman and go for her, they will use everything within their power, even if they have to sell their last shoe to get to that woman. They will do it to get to her. Akpabio is a man that sits in a seat of power and authority, and he believes he can use it to his advantage on any woman. We're talking about, what do you call her, Senator Natasha now. We've not talked about those other girls. What about that girl that the wife fought with, beat the pop out of the girl, collected the car that the girl was driving, claiming that it was her husband that bought it for her? This man is a man that has a history. Don't forget the NDDC incident, the woman that slapped her. What led to that slap? Don't forget other incidences and cases. There are many that we've not heard about. So this is not just a case of an assumption. The man has a track record.
Both of them have track records.
No, I'm talking of Akpabio now. Akpabio has a track record.
You see, that's what I'm talking about.
No, wait. I'm not talking of. Look, hold on now. I speak of Akpabio first.
Are you going to speak
Akpabio
of?
has a track. Hold on now. Akpabio has a track record of approaching women indecently. That the wife even had to talk to him about one of those cases in the past, right? So if the man has 1, 2, 3, if another one happened, you wouldn't want to look too far. You go and say, "Oh boy, how far this thing?"
How far now? Yeah.
You don't do. They don't name you 3 of them to your name, and a 4th one be this. So how far? You don't go think too far about it, you know. And then in the case of Senator Natasha, they say Reno Omokri says she accused him of sexual harassment. I know of that. I heard about that one recently. I don't know about any other one in the past.
You know about Dino?
Huh?
You have heard about the Dino and then the Bello, Yaya Bello?
No, I don't know if Dino was a sexual harassment case. I don't know if Yaya Bello's case was election.
We have one more topic to talk about, but let's take these comments real quick, and then we'll just breeze through that one, and then we'll call it a day. So, Rapel says, I asked that question because of those saying sexual assault or rape can't happen in marriages. It is very possible. She furthermore says, generally, we can't say she is lying, and we can't indict the Senate president either. She will have to she'll have to provide evidence if she plans to pursue the sexual assault claim. It's harassment. Good Time says they need to resolve this privately and out of court. I do. What do you guys think?
If Senator Natasha didn't have evidence, she won't come out with this. She has something.
If she wanted the case to be resolved privately, she would have thrown it to the House, and I believe the House has a committee that will handle such a thing, not for her to bring it to the social media.
Since we're live on the show right now, for those of you watching, we're going to do a poll right now, okay? If you think Senator Natasha is going to end up resolving this case out of court, type Y for yes. If you think she will go to court and not resolve it out of court, type no for no, N for no. If you think Senator Natasha will resolve this out of court, type Y for yes. If not, say N for no. Okay. So while we wait for your comments to come in, Jessica, what do you think? Do you think she will resolve this out of court or she will let it go through?
No, she's not going to resolve it out of court because she has brought it to social media already, and she will want everybody to see the end because she has already held her point out, and everybody's hearing about it. So she will really, because if these things she acclaimed do happen, then she's looking forward for victory.
Okay, Mr. Stanley, what are your suspicions?
Well, we're talking about Nigeria here, and anything is possible in that country. They can come up in front of the camera tomorrow, holding hands together with Akpabio's wife and Senator Uduaghan's husband, all of them smiling in front of the camera, saying, "Oh, let bygone be bygone. We are family members." You know, anything is possible in this one. Now, if she decides to settle it out of court, that's possible. If she decides to keep it in court,
I just asked a question, and I need your answer on this. Yes or no, sir?
Hold on, I'm telling you why I think it's either or. One of them can happen.
No, you have to pick one now. Which one do you think is going to happen?
If she goes, I really can't tell. But I'm saying, if she goes to court, will it make its way in court? My answer then is no. It will not.
Okay, so
because
so
it
she
can
will
be thrown out.
Okay.
No, they won't settle it out of court. They will toss it away. They control the court.
Okay. So the question before you came back was, do you think Senator Natasha and Senate President Godswill Akpabio will settle this in court or out of court?
I think they will settle it out of court, and it would be wise for them to do that.
Okay. And for me, I'm with my brother on this. I think they will settle it out of court because that's the smartest and the best way to handle this.
And a lot of Nigerians will be disenfranchised.
Exactly.
And this kind of case, you see why I don't like talking about Nigeria's matter, most especially personal things like this, is when they are having problems, they run to us, the people. But when it's time to share money, they don't tell us.
Exactly. But they didn't actually run to us. We are gossiping.
No, they ran to us.
She ran to us. She ran to us.
She didn't come to us. You
know, before she ran to us, the video came out.
No, the lady was going on Facebook to do it, and they told her, "Please, come here to do it first."
Okay.
You heard her say, "If not, I'll go back.
I will take it to my Facebook and go and finish it."
Exactly.
Yeah. So let's take some comments real quick. Rapper says, if they are dragging each other like this in public and still claim they had a personal relationship, then it means something definitely went wrong behind closed doors. Trouble in paradise allegedly. Wise one. They might make her resolve out of court because of the persons involved. Yes. Good Time says, yes, they will settle out of court. Okay. Good Time Furthermore says, Renault's case was settled out of court even after her public statement. Yes. Okay. So now let's quickly rush through this second topic. It's one that has been blazing on social media, and we're gonna talk about it real quick. So during the week, Burna and Sophie were trending. I'm just gonna give a quick preview. Sophie friend released an audio of Sophie saying Burna Boy Nakta promised her a Lambo and did not fulfill his promise. Burna came out and did a song and singing about it. He even went to, is it Kenya, where 2 days ago or something, and they all sang about it. Now, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that if a guy promises a girl something because of something, he must give it to her, especially a Lambo for one knocking? What are your thoughts?
The problem with this behavior is because the men in Nigeria they actually created the monsters. Because they are the ones that spoil them. Because when you spoil women with something, you spoil not just women, anybody, a particular thing, style, lifestyle. They want to continue that way. So if you keep a woman expecting something, they will always want to have it. That's why I want the Nigerian men to understand that love don't mean that you have to be making promises to a woman. You show her love by not just by your way of giving them what do you call it, gifts. You show her love in other ways, not just the gift. Because now Nigeria women don't even understand love anymore. If you don't give them gift, you don't love them. Because the gift goes along with the love. So that's why she had the guts to come out and say, Lamborghini, promised me Lamborghini. Because I don't say somebody that will just come out and say, they promised me Lamborghini. If he wasn't given to her, she would have gone quietly. But for the fact that she had the confidence to come out and say, hey, he promised me Lamborghini because I gave him something. That is weird.
So, Samsoft, are you saying that women, especially you made mention Nigerian women, they are used to getting gifts for things that they do, so men should limit that? I'm trying to understand what you just said.
Guess what? It's already too late because they are used to that lifestyle. They understand that the man is a provider, and the man's supposed to the only way they can show love to the woman is by way of showing gifts, presenting gifts.
Okay,
but it's already too late because that's the lifestyle.
Okay, thank you very much. Sorry, let me ask all the women watching right now, and then Jacinta will respond to this. So, to all the women watching right now, do you think that Burna Boy promising her a Lambo and giving her a Lamba was fair? Do you think that was fair? If you think it's fair, type Y for yes. If you think it wasn't fair, type N for no. Burna Boy promised her a Lambo and gave her a Lamba. Do you think it was fair? Let's go with Jacinta while we wait for the comments to come in.
Now, Senator Jacinta is going to answer it in a very different manner. It was not fair. Even in the days of old, they were exchanged. Jesus Christ did not just come and die for us. He died.
I better remove Jesus from this matter.
Jesus get nothing to do with Lamba.
Remove Jesus from this matter.
So let me say something. This is the law of nature. For the fact that
justice for Jesus.
For the fact that Burna Boy told her that he would give her a Lambo, he would have stick to his promise.
She did not hear properly. He said he'll give her Lamba. She thought it was a Lambo or Guinea.
Oh wait, he would have stick to his promise, not after seducing her to fall for him, and then at the end of the day,
there's nothing like seducing.
Taking what he wanted from her and then turn around to play a song and create a music in the midst of it. That is not fair.
Jacinta, let me ask you a question.
Sorry. just said something. He said, women believe that giving gift is love. Number one, they were not in love. Those two people were not in love. It was exchange. Give me this one, I give you that. That was what happened there.
But do you think, Jacinta, do you think that one knocking is equal? Do you think that math is matting? One knock equal to one Lambo?
If you think that one knocking you think that one knocking you can afford Lambo, then give it to her.
Hey.
Yes.
Jacinta, let me ask you this one. A minute ago, you said women know the game. They know how to use what they have to get what they want. And that was what Senator Natasha did. What do you think happened in this case then?
Good question.
Now, there was an agreement. There was a conversation. If you do this for me, I will give you this.
Okay, Jacinta, how can she prove that the agreement was it a written agreement or is his word against his word?
No,
so
just like what Stanley said about cookie and joystick.
How come
if there was
no agreement? Why did she knock? Why did he knock?
Because do you know?
Is there any evidence that he knocked?
Is there any evidence? Because that
were you there?
Promise you are talking about. Lamborghini promise cannot just go by words. It should be written. It's Lamborghini.
It's Lambo, not Lambo.
You're telling me that
this is one thing about men. When a man is looking for something, he's as loyal as anything. He will fall prey. He will be so humble because he wants something. He'll be dragging you. You make you feel comfortable and feel easy. The moment he collects it,
Lamba or Guinea.
So who would you say then that really knows the game here, the man or the woman?
Thank you.
Yes,
who won?
No doubt. I caught una cap, una sabi the game. But when a woman meets you at the game, don't say she's overdoing it because you brought the game to the table and she brought her own to the table, and that is the reason why it becomes like that. If you know that it's just knocking, get a woman, do whatever you want. Don't go. When a man is on top of Kwekus, he will promise you heaven on earth without knowing. The same heaven he has not gone to.
So if we are to go, Jacinta,
where your wig no fall.
And then you want to come back and tell me that a woman is not powerful?
Jacinta, hold on.
Okay, let me quickly ask a question. Jacinta, do you think that when a man, like you said, according to you, when he's on top of Kwekus, he cannot think straight? So do you think that when a man doesn't think straight, are you going to use him against his word when he's crazy and not thinking straight?
Now, if I happen to be such girls, when a man is now losing his control on top of my Kwekus, there will be check and you will sign. You will sign it there. I will collect the check and hide it first.
Your Honor, Burna Boy was under duress.
Yes, I agree.
Yes,
I agree.
Burna Boy was manipulated.
Yes, he was.
Burna Boy was drugged.
He was manipulated
by the Kwekus.
He was drugged.
He was deceived.
He was not drugged.
Justice for Burna.
Yes, justice for Burna.
Something he had in mind before he get drugged.
If we go by what we are
going by what you just said, Jessica.
If we go by what you said, if we put Senator Natasha versus Senator Akpoti-Uduaghan and Burna Boy versus what was the name of the woman? Burna Boy versus her. If we go by the level of smartness that you talked about, I think the score is 2-0.
Whose score is 2-0?
Man 2, woman 0.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh, no, sir.
Yes.
Because Akpoti-Uduaghan win.
Yes,
exactly.
Burna Boy win.
No.
One.
Burna Boy did
Stanley,
not
you're
win.
missing one.
Burna Boy
Stanley,
took
you're missing one.
Which
Wait,
one?
wait, Jacinta. Stanley, you're missing one.
Which
Stanley,
one?
the one you are missing is Hakimi.
Who's that?
That footballer. When wife all go divorce.
Oh
her.
yes.
3-0.
3-0. Let's take some comments real quick. Did you see that face? Okay.
Sorry.
So comment.
They will take us the seat. They will take us the seat. They show Pepe.
Okay. So comments. We have Repel says. I hope I'm not missing any comment too. Repel says, LOL. She no here. Money for hand, back for ground.
What do you happen to that?
Decided to do the opposite. Or there. I think it's all damage control. It's damage control stunt, to Jerry. Good time says, a promise is a promise.
Thank you, ma'am.
Repel says, a promise is a promise.
Yes,
Good
ma'am.
time says, she should consider initiating legal action against Your Honor, I want to bring to this honorable court that Burna allegedly knocked me and promised me a Lamborghini, but decided to give me a Lamborghini. So now I'm suing for damages against wasted Kweku's effort.
If I happen to be the judge,
go ahead, Judge. Go ahead, Your Honor.
So let me ask you, Madam, are you really telling me there now that Kwekus of yours is what a Lambo?
Your Honor, my Kwekus is what I say it is what. It is sentimental value. You can't put a price to sentimental issues or sentimental commodities.
Where is your evidence?
That is what a Lambo, Your Honor.
Exactly.
I bath it every day. I clothe it every
How many Lambos have you gotten in the past from it?
Your Honor, I didn't get a Lambo. I got a Peugeot and a
Case
Magic.
closed.
But now I've gone up to a Lambo.
But at the end of the day, she got her Lambo. At the end of the day, she got her Lambo. Even
Not from Burna. Not from Burna. Not from Burna.
Yes.
She got it from another man or on her money.
She can do it. So why lie? Why will Burna lie just because of Kwekus?
Okay, Burna did not lie. Burna did not even say anything. Burna did not even say anything.
Promise.
So you're telling me that Burna Boy bought that Lambo for her?
No, she went ahead to get her Lambo by herself.
Okay. That thing is rented. It is rented, my dear.
No,
I'm telling you.
You don't buy a Lambo and it arrives in Nigeria so quick.
You don't know when she ordered it. So
fake life activated.
Justice for fake
life
life.
activated.
Okay, let's keep going with comments. Repel says, but she's mad though. Lamborghini for what exactly? We have to discourage this nasty behavior of wanting to be paid or settled for something you both enjoyed.
Now who would give you nasty?
Good time says the girl F up. Good time for them all says she needs to attend our class. Good time. You said they do.
You know see her name?
Good time. No comment. Repel says, Jacinta, she can't laugh. She say, yeah, so, but you know him fit call bank and cancel the check. Oh. Why you said you collect check and hide it? I beg.
Oh, that's true.
Let you do back transfer instead.
The check, you will go to jail. If you come to the bank and
No.
They'll give you fake alert.
No, you can't go
to jail. No jail.
You're not going to jail. In fact, I put it to you that you forged my signature on that check.
I put it to you. Yeah, you stole the check, Joy.
You stole that check and forged the signature.
Yes.
I did not sign that.
So this is what
you see, men. There is a book called Men. You people should change. You are the reason why women are acting this way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why did you say that, Jacinta?
Because a man will come show he's a good man. He will show he's a bad man. He will show he's a caring man. A man carries multiple personalities.
Okay, now, woman, woe unto man, woe man, woe unto man.
We have always been good to women, Jacinta. Always.
Even
from the beginning.
Even when we innocently listened to you people, we innocently decided that yes, we are going to eat the apple, even though we were not supposed to eat it.
Yes.
Exactly. Is that not goodness?
Let's leave the issue of apple, because
we always pay attention. We always listen to you guys.
I tell you that you did it. The man never instructed the woman what God said concerning the apple. Yes. Yes.
Jacinta, Adam told Eve now. Yes. Even when Eve brought it, Adam said,
You're not supposed to eat this thing.
God said we're not.
So why did he refuse? Why did he not refuse?
Because the wife insisted.
No, let me answer. Jacinta. Wait, hold on there now. Hold on. Stop. Jessica, suppose we refuse.
Wait now.
Exposes her shape. Burna Boy could not resist it. But go ahead to promise Lambo. You see,
and he gave her a Lamba, which made him win.
Yes.
No, Jacinta, that conversation, it started before she even exposed herself. There was no way they could have been in the same room if that conversation did not occur.
I agree.
And then you to answer your question, you said, why didn't we refuse to eat the apple?
Yes.
Because we care so much for you. If we had refused, you know, now for the trouble. Now for the suffer today.
That's where the giving started for that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you, Stanley.
Only us will suffer for waiting you both too like.
No.
You see,
no, we don't eat the apple.
Let me say something. That was the mistake. Adam made that mistake. And Burna was like, our father made that mistake. I'm not going to fall for this mistake.
Yes. I agree. So, Jacinta, like Stanley just rightly said, Adam felt bad for Eve. So he decided to just take one small bite. That's why if you look at the Apple phone now, you see the bite. That bite.
It's half.
It does come out. Because if not, if you say no, take that bite, we, as we did like this now, you see all these things, we're not going to wear them.
We're not going to wear them.
Who tell
now, Leona. Now, for the wear cloth. Because we not see anything.
Yep.
We were not worried. God for no punish us. Tell us we're going to work hard. Now, Leona for the work hard.
I tell you.
When for the bomb picking, they work hard, they do all these things. We will just chill.
How for that bomb picking? How for that bomb picking? How for that bomb picking?
It concern. Anyhow, I want to do. All we know we say, if to say Adam not chop that apple, would have been
for the couch groove. We for the couch groove.
Like I said, the moment Burna Boy saw
you see that Lambo, you see that Lambo, you see that Lambo, Jessica, you see that Lambo.
Now she will buy her.
Now we
buy the Lambo.
Now we buy for us, Lambo. Yes. So no.
But in honesty, though, it shows that from what I heard, that they said the girl is from a rich background. She does businesses and all of that.
Oh yeah.
I think Burna Boy is a smarter businessman. There is no way you would exchange $250,000 or more for 5 minutes of what?
You even talk 5 minutes. You even know that I've even carried that 5 minutes.
Then they do
Yeah.
Now 5 minutes, then they do
Now 5 minutes.
My question to you now, Jacinta, is this: did Burna Boy do a video coming out to say, "Yes, I did this"?
No.
He did not. He only did a song. He said something about because you won Lambo, you can't shout, all those things. You understand? But the thing is this is what I think, though. I think it's all a promotional tool. It's all for promotion. Because if you analyze it very, very well, the girl was talking, her friend was recording. The girl never came out to say, Burna Boy promised me a Lambo. Her friend pushed that audio out, right? So that way, there's no direct link between Sophie and Burna. No direct link. So nobody can come and say, I want to sue you because you said this. AI, audio recordings in Nigeria, even video self is always AI. When I remember that governor when they record, they put money inside in pocket. We come out talk saying AI.
AI don't come out that time.
Oh, thank you, but then saying AI.
Not be AI.
Say it was generated.
But I say devil and devil get one conversation with AI recently.
Yeah,
they say devil when AI come, devil come welcome am because AI welcome. You see this word when you come so you go use head carry. He said me I define where wrong come out from this world since I never feel wrong come out. All the lie when this human being there.
Are you there gonna
my head? Now me that they lie put anything what they do. Now me that they lie so they carry.
Is the devil.
Hey, I say wait to not true because I not be me do that thing that day. They say I mean I record that thing. Bob Risky, they say I mean do one. These Nigerians there, be like say
these people.
So
even they do not come and say, oh, to the AI.
So AI, devil don't welcome AI to the devil's club of Nigerians blaming it for any little mistake they make.
Wow. Yeah. So people, what do you guys think? What we just want
to there's plenty of comments too.
Yeah, I see. So what before we read the comments, what do you guys think? Do you think that this is a valid accusation? I wouldn't call it an accusation because she didn't come out to say, Burna, you promised me Lambo and gave me Lamba. Is a friend that posted the video. Based on what you heard from that audio, the way the girl was talking, do you think she was just trying to front for her friend? Or do you think what she's claiming actually did happen? Let's see your comments on the comment section. But while we wait for that, we're going to take some comments. Okay. Repel says, give me a second. Okay, she says, Jessica, men, fear men, no collect any audio promise under that can duress. So women learn. Well, if you ask me, I'll say Burna Boy was the one under duress, not the girl. He was under duress. Yes, I'll tell you why I say he was under duress. You understand? She sit down for in front. She posed for her. That's if it ever happened though. Sit down for him from post for her and got him all riled up, put him under that situation, that condition where he just had to say something like, it's okay, don't worry. And then I started, yeah.
Now Cloud 9, they call it Cloud 9.
Thank you.
It was drunken.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was drunken.
Yeah. And then he now said, you know what? Don't worry. I'll give you a lamb. And she had lamb, and she just completed and said a lambo. But she didn't say a lamb.
I think he said lamb or lamb.
Lamb. Now she won't buy Lambo. She talked about that audio. Said she has always wanted to buy a Lambo. She told him she wants to buy a Lambo.
And you know that Burna always smoke weed. So maybe he's under that weed influence too.
But
I shall say after he get in way, in Costa de sing, Ojekpe, Jamo,
Ojekpe, Lambo.
Nepa don't Lambo Jessica. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say that, but look at this thing seriously. Nigerians, when they go for these big things without no job or reputable business or any career that you can think of, but they are shooting for these high-end what do you call it, material goods. It makes one cringe to say, where do you get this money from? What kind of business do you do? I understand though where it comes from, but when you buy these Lambos, where do you drive it in Nigeria? On what roads? How do you manage it? If you have problem with it, which mechanic comes there? Do you fly the mechanic from wherever they make Lamborghinis and bring them to Nigeria to maintain it for you. Or all of these things are just like rented cars that they have in Nigeria. People just go there, rent them, use it for photo ops, and they return it back. You know? Hello? Yeah, Max, are you there?
Yeah, I was telling you, yeah. Well, I think I can't say what they do with it and where they get it from, but my thing is, I think people just need to do better. If you're going into a contract agreement with someone, make sure you know what you're going into, get what you want to get, so the person doesn't give you a lamba. So now, let's quickly just give 30 seconds advice to, well, time has been fast spent. 30 seconds advice to Natasha, Senator Natasha, Senate President Godswill Akpabio, Senator Natasha's husband, Senate President Godswill Akpabio's wife, Burna, and Sophie. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay, you want to go first? Okay.
I'll make it brief. To all of them, good luck.
Okay. Thank you. Jacinta.
I think to Senator Natasha, I would like to her to emulate the lives of Ngozi Okonjo, somebody, that other lady, Ngozi Okonjo.
Ngozi Okonjo.
I think that woman has served Nigeria in all her doings, and we've not really had anything negative about her. So I think
why would you even think of putting Sophie and Ngozi Okonjo
in the same place?
No. I am saying she should look at such great people like.
In the first place, she doesn't have the academic standard. She doesn't have the mental.
That's apples and oranges, Jessica.
No. Apple to an orange is even close. That's apple to cocoyam.
No, when someone who doesn't have the academic knowledge, but you see how they do their things, you will like to be like them, even by emulating how they do their things, by like trying to live a life that they live. That's what I'm trying to say. That so that we, the young ones who are trying to come and be senators in the future, we should also look at that.
You the what?
We the young ones.
You call yourself young. You call yourself young. Ma?
I am young, yes.
Hold on, I'm not saying either. You said? You,
yes,
young.
I am young.
Senator. Okay.
Yes.
Max, you just reminded me of one skit that I watched. Sorry, Jacinta, one skit that I watched some years ago, where a brother and two brothers in Christ and a sister in Christ, they were going out on evangelism. The brother's name is Moses, and the other brother's name is Dixon. And the sister, while they met this guy to evangelize to, in the bid of her trying to introduce the two brothers, he said, after he greeted the man they wanted to evangelize to, she said, I would like you to meet Bro Mo and Bro Dick. And the man was like, what? He said? Bro Mo and Bro Dick.
Okay.
You know, that kind of triggered that video. It's been a long time since I saw that.
Sorry, Jacinta, for cutting you short. Continue. Sorry. Sorry, you stopped at you, the young ones that are aspiring to be senators.
Yes, so they should try and keep a clean record, so that when we come in, we will work on their tail, and then we'll follow their steps. Come back to this broadcast, and I will bring back this story one day in the maybe 3 to 4, 5 years. I will bring this up here.
It's a super story.
I encourage you, Jacinta. I won't discourage you. It is possible. If two Okada riders can get to a House of Rep, I don't see why you can't.
Yeah, you can do it, girl. You can do it.
You can do it.
And then Senator Akpoti, the real daddy, I would like to tell him that he should try and watch out.
Sam, FYI, Sam, FYI.
I know she just called somebody the real daddy.
FYI, Sam.
Hey!
Yes,
Oh,
I will call him the real daddy because they are the things that are making things to happen in this country. And when you are a young fine girl, you go around them, they know how to twist you around. They are
So
the
what are you,
godfather.
Jessica, are you saying there are some people that you call daddy that don't make things happen in the country?
No. Max.
Yes, sir.
Did you just hear what she said?
Please go ahead.
She said when they come around young fine girls and twist them around somehow.
Hey! Twist them. Twist them. Oh my God.
Oh, that's why you call them big daddy.
Akpabio, you are guilty as charged.
My brother. My brother, you're guilty.
You are guilty as charged. Jessica just nailed you to the coffin now.
Akpabio is guilty.
Allegedly, in case you notice,
Jessica say they whine small fine girl.
Hey,
Senator President, it's Stanley that said it. This is Stanley. I can give you his number.
No. Jessica said it. Jessica said it just now.
Yeah, that's true. Jessica say he comes around and he twists the young girls around.
Uh-huh.
No, it's not my daddy. Some people are talking that.
No. Akpabio. Now you say Akpabio, they twist small girls.
Now let me. Yes.
Did you or did you not say it?
I said it. They are the big
okay,
daddy.
thank you.
So what? Did you just agree
for
to
the
you?
record?
Is somebody record? You don't know what
that what? Mr. Stanley,
did you just agree to what Stanley said?
That what?
You've already agreed, so there's no need for that.
No, I didn't agree to it because I didn't hear what he said.
He said, Jessica, and I quote, Jessica, do you agree with what I just said? And you say yes.
No,
you say yes.
With what she just said, did you just agree that you said that Akpabio they whine small girls?
Of course,
you said yes. Okay, good.
So is that why you called him a big daddy?
No, real daddy. Real daddy. Not big daddy.
Yes, my real chips. Let me be eating my chips, I bet.
This name, real daddy, it makes their brain spin because their wives does not rub their head and slap their skull.
I see. They slap their skulls.
But Jessica, you just said just now.
My skull goes sweet to slap.
You just said just now.
Go to the Senate, Max.
I know.
Max, go to the Senate.
Yes,
I will slap that skull.
You the Chris.
No, Jessica, is that the example you are asking
for?
So was that the example you were asking for?
Now this is the problem. This is the problem with Nigerians. When somebody is saying out the real deal, it makes everything is being twisted. I'm just saying how it.
They are going by exactly what you are saying. They didn't twist it too.
Did they twist me?
No, you said we are going by what you just said.
We didn't put this on a meme, man.
I know.
That's a new one. Oh. So then they twist young girls from Nigeria.
Who know what in the twist?
What did be twist yourself?
No, but this is reality of what happened because this is just the reality of what happened in this country. If you let yourself into it and you allow because they come with a lot, they come with a full package, a full package. So if you don't want to remain poor, you want to be rich all of a sudden, you want everything to be supplied to you, definitely you will play the game. Wow. You will play the game, and a lot of them who agree to play this game, that's the reason why you see them get slots of different things, different politics, different offices and all of that. So I didn't hold water in my mouth when I said
allegedly. Oh, please, everything she's saying is allegedly.
Oh, No wonder you want to become a senator too. Okay.
Oh, that's what she wants to do.
I'm going there to make a difference. I am not going there so that I should be twisted around.
There?
No,
you are going to be
I am going to make a difference because I'm going to speak. I'm going to speak for a girl child. I'm going to speak for women who
will you twist? Will you twist small boys
to be twisting their waist?
Daddy, do you want somebody to come and twist their waist around you and rub?
It is you that said they are twisting and rubbing their waist.
Wait, mess. So when we send all these our reps go.
Then they go twist your gas.
Not twisting. They go
twist the gas.
Then they go twist for them.
We send you to represent us, and you go to twist.
And they go there and they are twist.
And rub head.
And slap his skull.
Slap his skull.
You see a man in 70, a man in his 70, a girl is slapping him on his head and he's saying, look at your big head, see your big tummy. He'll say, yes, yes. It's already spinning him already. They accept it because this is what their wife cannot do to them at home. So
okay, so that is Senator Jacinta upcoming. So that is what you are going to help the upcoming children. You said the children,
the girl child,
the girl child. So you're gonna what are you insinuating?
I'm going to kick against it. As a young lady, you need to be independent. You need to work for your money. You need to have your money so that you will not be tossed around.
Will you tell them to slap the head of senators?
Sorry?
Will you tell them to be slapping the head of senators?
No, you are not. You didn't get that. I said I would tell them not to fall for it. Don't fall for it.
Okay. Thank you very much,
Jessica just gave a bad advice to married women now. Please allow me to put a disclaimer.
Because
married women, don't slap your husband's skull for us. If you slap your husband's skull for us, now your papa house you go end up.
Slapping of head is not romantic in the first place. Why will you want to
break the brain?
They rub you.
Okay,
rubbing is better than slapping.
How can somebody slap you? Just
now you're talking.
Where Jessica, let me ask you this: where you stay for Nigeria?
Abuja.
Oh,
she get close to the Senate house.
No wonder. Okay. Now make her know more. So now make you know all these things. So okay, I get it now. I get it.
Let's be we're alive. Let's talk about this thing.
Yeah, well. Okay, let's take some comments real quick before we go to the Repel says, my advice to Sophie, next time collect your Lambo first.
Exactly.
Furthermore says, Jacinta, these men are setting you up. Oh.
My sister, I know.
Okay. You don't finish your advice. You never finish your advice.
No. Senate, I was on the Big Daddy Senate Akpabio before my daddy.
Where cause trouble the way she see they talk.
Yes.
So now you don't come up from real daddy. Don't go Big Daddy now.
Let them take it easy. Let them take it easy and allow the young ones to work. And now going to Natasha's husband. I think that he would have kept quiet, not to talk, but for the fact that he has came out to air his opinion on how he wants it to be, at the end of the day, he goes still carrying wife enter house because he knows how, because he is loyal to Akpabio as a friend and everything. We know how everything will end. Then Burna Boy and Sophie, Sophia, you have the money to buy Lambo by yourself. So I don't know the reason why she's disgracing herself. But my advice to those who are looking at that kind of attitude that when you give out, you collect, I don't think it's a wise one. I think as a young lady, you should be able to afford what you can afford and let that be okay with you. And you should also learn to cut your coat according to your size. And it's not always that you should go and lay with a man to give you something, because that wasn't love. It was exchange of blood. And at the end of the day, she felt bad because she didn't get it right. And at the end of the day, she's the one crying. So for me, like Stanley said, it's a 2-0 for her. Next time, she will use her sense very well and know how to play her game.
Hey.
Thank you, Jacinta. That was such a hilarious. That was such a hilarious advice. Thank you. See, maybe married women, they slap their husbands' cause.
No, I didn't say so.
It's almost 1 a.m. yo.
Yes, I'm sorry. Give your advice more, Digo.
I don't even get advice again because I sleep in my house.
Jet lag not hold you.
And no, because say the jet lag I fight and come on fast.
Okay. So my own advice. Go ahead, Samsoft.
I don't even remember advice again. Can you imagine? Daddy don't download now.
I don't chop. I chop 1 weekend. What they call them? German burger, very fresh.
With Coke.
With zero. This Coke. The Coke born again. Zero sugar Coke.
Samsoft when they drink Coke. Samsoft when they drink Coke. Go there, they drink Coke.
I came here and I backslide for only 6 days.
Just make sure say no small girl they there to slap your skull.
You go need small girl, daddy. After this Coke, you go need small girl.
Shut up.
Once you for skull, your brain go reset.
Are you okay?
Daddy,
you want them to come and break my small head?
He's not in the Senate. So they won't start.
Thank you.
He must not be in the Senate, though. He must not be in the Senate. He's a fine man. Any girl will see him and rob him
and slap his skull.
No slapping. Go your hand. I beg Obiko.
They will rob your brain. You will not know, daddy. You not know they know.
No, me, man. The Bible says wash and pray. Me, I the wash.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. It has been wonderful. We'll see you next week. Don't mind. Please don't slap your people's skull. God bless you. It's your boy, Mac. I want to introduce a show to you. It's called Chat Room with Max.